This episode,
we review James Gunn's Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1, and director Zach Cregger's horror film, Weapons.
We discuss YouTube's interest in purchasing the rights for the 2029 Academy Awards ceremony.
And we get hyped about the trailers for Amazon's Fallout Season 2, Netflix's Jason Bateman directed crime drama, Black Rabbit, and the Daniel Day-Lewis starring film Anemone.
My name is Adrian Pinter.
And I'm Simon Eady.
Welcome to Split Focus, a film and TV podcast, episode 117. You hear that, Simon? You hear the sound of that, Simon?
I did, yeah.
That's the sound of a refreshing can of Nestea.
Oh!
Back at it, baby. We're back. Life's good again, man.
Right.
Life's good again.
To be fair, I don't think you've ever talked on the podcast, I don't know if that matters, but about Fuse and how you don't like it. You've talked to me many times in person about that. But Fuse, Nestea became Fuse somehow because of some licensing agreement issues. So Coca-Cola's version of iced tea is then became not Nestea anymore, but Fuse. Mm-hmm. But then Nestea somehow just came back to Canada. Did it ever leave the United States? Like, what's the deal with that? Can you explain it? Give me a history lesson on iced tea here.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I don't care about the United States, so I won't tell you about their history, but I'll tell you the history here. You know? Well, I don't care about the United States in regards to their Nestea accessibility, is my point. Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of our podcast is very United States centric. We're not doing Bollywood films here. But anyway, go on.
So last year at some point, I think coming to a close of last year, Coca-Cola owned, I guess the distribution rights to Nestea, right?
Right.
And I guess the contract between, Coca-Cola being able to provide Nestea to us wonderful Canadian human beings was ending. So what they did is that they released this new iced tea product called Fuse, which is simply put not good. It's not great at all. So
the recipe had to change, not just the branding.
Yeah, correct. It's nowhere near similar. It's a little bit more like tea flavored as opposed to sugar like Nestea is. So they got rid of it. It was awful. I was disappointed. Nestea, like, I'm not much of a pop drinker, Simon.
Right.
I think you know this about me. I usually get a water with my meal. Maybe, like if I'm at a restaurant, maybe I'll get like a Caesar, which is like a beverage.
Yes. Not the man.
Which is a Canadian beverage, actually. Yeah.
Not the man, Julius.
Yeah, not the man, nor the salad.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I would get, like maybe a Caesar, maybe a beer, depending on the place I'm going and what I'm eating, right? I don't necessarily want to eat a beer with a steak.
You don't want to eat a beer at all.
But if I'm eating chicken wings,
potentially.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It'd be very weird. Ow. I just made a motion of eating a beer there. And a really bad sound effect. I apologize. Continue.
No, it was great, dude. It was great. Don't put yourself down. We're only a couple minutes in. You shouldn't put yourself down yet. Maybe a little bit later you can. I'll allow it. But right now, don't do it. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so, long story short, they got rid of Nestea in Canada. We didn't have it. We just had the Nestea powder that you could add into water. I'm not going to do that. I'm not some 13th century peasant making my own beverages like that, okay?
That's how they did it.
So I was very disappointed in this case. But when Nestea disappeared, they did say Keurig, the company that does the coffee pods and stuff,
right?
They purchased the distribution rights to Nestea, and I guess the recipe as well.
How did this happen? I still don't quite understand, though.
I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. I think Keurig owns Dr. Pepper as well.
Oh,
I think that. Yeah.
Oh, I
could be wrong. Yeah, I think so. So they still got some pops that they distribute. Yeah, check that out for me. I'm pretty confident in that. I don't really like Dr. Pepper though. Do you like Dr. Pepper?
It's called Keurig. The company is called Keurig Dr. Pepper. KDP is the acronym.
Oh, okay, good to know. Yeah. Do you like Dr. Pepper?
So it was a merger in 2018 it's a merger between Dr. Pepper Snapple Group and Keurig Green Mountain.
Oh.
Huh. I don't know if I've ever had Dr. Pepper, to answer your question.
Oh, really? I don't like Dr. Pepper. Like, I'm not much of a
Maybe
pop
I
guy. You're not
have.
much of a
It's
pop
a weird
guy.
one though. It's like a weird medicine like
Yeah, it's like herbal.
flavor. Is that right?
It's herbal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's something off with it. I don't like it. It's not good. To
Okay.
your own, though. If you want to eat Dr. Pepper, go for it.
Yeah, eat it up.
Eat it up, baby. Eat it up. But anyways,
I can't tell if that was intentional this time or not. But you keep saying eat drinks. It's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is. It is on purpose all these times. Okay. Or it's
Good.
not. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you to guess.
I don't think it was the first time. I think you made a mistake, but just continue.
Probably.
Anyway. So Nestea's back, baby, is what you're saying.
Exactly, dude. They brought it back. We're 8 months into the year. You know, I had no Nestea for 8 months. And fun fact, you know, I had I had like 4 cans of Nestea stored in my fridge since Easter because my godparents, we always go to my godparents for Easter. And they actually had 4 cans of Nestea left and they gave it to me because they knew I liked Nestea. So I was like, you know, microdosing Nestea for a while. But now I don't have to. Now I can drink Nestea as much as I want. It's back, baby. And that's ultimately, that's it. That's all I got for you.
Good. You know what's interesting? I don't know if we ever discussed this, like, actually, but I don't drink a lot of pop, as you know as well, most likely. But I also, Nestea is my favorite, quote unquote, pop. Mm-hmm. Did I tell you that before?
I feel like I maybe knew that, but I don't know.
As a kid,
sure.
like that was my favorite one. I feel like it's your favorite one, as
it is,
as evidenced by this story, which is, and you probably just said it out loud, verbatim like that. But anyway, no, it's crazy. I feel like that's something we have in common. I feel like I didn't know that.
Maybe the only thing we have in common.
I don't think I truly knew that until now. Yeah, the only thing we had in common.
Yeah,
sure.
You know what? Do you like pairing things? You know, I mean, obviously, you know, there's pairings, right? Like good food pairings, food and drink pairings, right?
I don't have anything for Nestea, if that's what you're about to say.
I do, and it's pretzels, and Nestea.
Like, are you talking about like soft pretzels, like Mr. Pretzel type pretzels, or you like the hard pretzels?
The hard pretzels that you get in like a bag at the grocery store.
Okay,
yeah, those together. Match made in heaven, chef's kiss. It's like my favorite combination. I don't do it too often. When I was a kid, though, I used to go over to like a family friend's house and we would literally play video games and eat just a bag of pretzels and drink copious amounts of Nestea, man. Copious.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, yeah, anyways,
cool,
it's back. It's back, baby. You actually texted me an image of Nestea at the grocery store.
You were so like down about it. And I thought it would cheer you up. Yeah, I found the Nestea. It said, I think the sign said Nestea is back or something like that in the local Zayres, my local grocery store here in Guelph, Ontario. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I thought you'd be excited. So
I am excited, dude. Yeah.
I did so much for you. Anyway, what should we move on to film and TV? Actually, I have one more thing to talk about before we move squarely into the film and TV realm again. This is a film and TV podcast, but I was curious. Did you watch we didn't talk about this. Did you watch the Gamescom? Like what was it called? Gamescom First
Opening
Night
Live.
Opening, not First Night Live. What am I, a child? Yeah, Opening Night Live with Jeff Keighley. And I'm just curious, what did you think about it? And is there any highlight for you? There's one specific highlight for me, so I'm curious if there's something for you.
I mean, I thought it was okay. I really love Jeff Keighley. I think he's a Canadian treasure. He gives it his all when he's doing these presentations. But this presentation to me was a little bit lackluster. There wasn't anything new or incredibly exciting, like new game announcements that I was like, oh my God, I got to do this right away. So like at least off the top of my head, I can't really remember. So I wasn't like super into it, but they did show off a little bit more of Resident Evil 9. Yes. Resident Evil Requiem. Looks fantastic. Ghost of Yotei looks super cool. And they announced the cool co-op mode that they had for Ghost of Tsushima, the Legends mode, which we played a decent amount, not too much. But they announced it.
Yeah. Enough, I feel like. There was a lot of, it was deeper than we played. I think we only played it like for 2 hours or something. I think.
Really? Oh.
I feel like maybe you and maybe you play with somebody else.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we dabbled in the survival and we're like, I kind of like this, we both said, and then we never went back to it again. If I recall correctly. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a little longer. Maybe it's 5 hours. But
trophies?
It's cool that that's going to be on Ghost of Yotei in 2026. It's going to be available, that multiplayer mode, which is cool because it's free as well. And Yeah, it's neat that they did that.
I like that. You know, a lot of people are talking about, like, in the industry, like video game industry. The video game industry is so toxic. I mean, most industries are, right? Like the fans of it. And everyone's always like, God, greed, corporate greed, everyone, blah, 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 blah. Sony's bullshit. They're screwing their customers over. They're so greedy. But it's like, no. They've released like multiple games now and have done like significant updates, free updates. Like God of War Ragnarok had that awesome Valhalla mode that came out. That was totally free included.
Exactly. That's true.
And, you know, like their PS5 upgrades, they're like, you know, $15, but they're pretty substantial updates, and they usually come with a new mode and everything like that. I don't know. I'm more than happy to pay the price of admission for a lot of those.
It cuts both ways, though. I think that's part of it too. Like it cuts both ways, and then some companies are more greedy than others. And I think it's important to give credit where credit's due. And I think that's the problem, is that gamers don't give credit where credit's due. They're very loud when something's not in their favor, but when it's in their favor, perhaps they're not quite as loud and as happy about it and celebrating it as much as they should. Like there's that Steam controversy right now with the payment.
The credit
payment
cards?
providers, and like kind of pushing Steam around. And I don't think Steam's doing a good job, to be fair, with that. I also think that Steam is a big bully in the industry, personally. So I just think they bully everyone around to submission, and they don't really make a product that maybe deserves a 30% cut on every game they sell. It seems a little bit high, considering they only make software. I don't know if I've ever told you that before. I just don't. I don't love Steam that much as much as everyone else does, but everyone loves Steam. It's like the most positive thing in the games industry, except for this month, where they're being completely lambasted online because of the way that they're handling their censorship. And I feel like they could have just done, that's not really censorship, like not had ridiculous games on their store for years. That are incredibly egregious and
that are essentially like rape simulators and like child molestation simulators.
Have some moderation, like in some way. I think that would have helped them, and then the payment, processors wouldn't have come in like Visa and MasterCard and gotten mad at them and pushed them to such an extent. And I feel like Steam should have said no to some of it, and then yes, we'll remove the rape simulator. No worries. Like I don't know why you have to get bullied by the payment processors to that extent. It just seems weird that anyway. So now they're getting negative press. The reason why I'm not as high on Steam as everyone else, and I've bought stuff on Steam before. I used to primarily play on PC games, is because they bullied the industry into, at least the PC side of the industry, into not having physical games be a thing. That's the only I feel like that's the main reason physical games aren't a thing. And because they take a 30% cut, but they only make a piece of software. They don't make hardware like Apple does or PlayStation does or Xbox. Like the fact that, games are purchased. What the heck was that?
What?
I don't know. Something just played in my ears, but I don't know where it came from. Somewhere on my computer. Oh. Someone was like, I like spending. And I was like, what? Anyway, now it just sounds like I'm crazy because you didn't hear that too. I thought we both heard that. Anyway, the point I was making is Steam, they're just making software. It's a platform for holding games as a storefront, but they're not making any hardware like Apple does. But Apple's the one being sued by Epic Games, who also has a storefront on the PC. And Epic has a lower cut than everyone else does. But for some reason, they chose Apple, who makes hardware that the App Store like literally sells. And so you can't play the games unless the hardware exists. And Apple spends so much money on their chip manufacturing. I'm not defending Apple because Apple makes a bunch of stupid things, stupid decisions too. But in general, it's weird that you would attack Apple, who's got the same, like pretty much standardized 30% cut on software that everyone else has been charging. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, because Steam again is quite literally just a software company. Yeah, as opposed to,
it's almost weird. Like, how does Windows not have like a built-in one that is just raking in cash? Like, it's strange. Like, they don't even make the operating system that Steam lies on. It's such a strange. It's not like they're making like a Linux version, or you know what I mean. Like, they're not making the hardware or the
to be fair system. Now, like, it's like, I mean,
Steam
technically.
Deck.
The Steam Deck. So there is that. And like you can literally install like an operating system on your PC that is literally just Steam like a Steam OS. Yeah. Right.
That's fair. But then you take a cut on that operating system. That's fair. That's what Apple would do too, right? You know what I mean? Like, that makes sense. You would take that 30% cut on the spot. Like this, if you're buying it on Steam OS, you take a cut. I don't know. Whatever. They should always take a cut. I think that for sure. I just think their cut's way too high, and Epic didn't sue them. They sued Apple first. I just thought that was strange. Because it's just like, don't you know who your competitor is? Like, your direct competitor is Steam. Like, you're not really directly competing with Apple that much. I know Fortnite obviously is on Apple devices and Android and all that, but I also Android. Again,
is Fortnite on Apple devices? I thought it still was not.
They just brought it back. Didn't they just sort that out for a temporary time, and then maybe it was taken off again? Who knows? That fight's been going on for a long time. But
Fortnite,
yeah, to get off games incredibly not smoothly, although it can be similar to our talk about TV and film in a second. I just finished Death Stranding 2, and what a masterpiece this thing is. Oh my God. It's my favorite game of the year by far. I love it. I think the music is like by Woodkid and Ludwig Forstall is like really great. Like, I think it's awesome. I think Hideo Kojima, like the game director, like did a fantastic job. I also think that the way he tells stories, he's so exposition heavy sometimes, and then he doesn't tell you enough sometimes. And he's just got such a unique storytelling technique. He's almost like unshackled by conventional storytelling in some way. I just think it's so impressive. There's so many times I teared up playing the game. The way the game ends, I was like literally kind of broken, like heartbroken a little bit in the way it was told. I love it. I loved it. And it's crazy. The ending is insane. It's so cool. Know, like the ending in general, like the last chapter or whatever, the last two, I guess, or it's crazy because it like the last three, are they episodes? They're called episode 10? Not 10. Episode 16 and 15. I can't remember if it was.
I think so. That seems right.
Regardless,
it's been like a month since I beat it. So
2 parts. It just amazing. I just like love it so much, and I'm curious to see how this will ever translate to a movie. Because again, Michael Sarnowski, the director of Pig and A Quiet Place Day One, is making a film for Death Stranding, and I feel like it's a TV show. You should not be making a film for this, but good luck. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, I really hope he goes the route of not just telling the exact same story, and he just tells like a story within the world, like that, because they are doing that like animated show where it's supposed to,
which is announced to be that, that way you just described it.
Yeah, because I don't know how the fuck you tell this story in a 2-hour long film. I mean, even the first one, right? Like, but let alone like telling the story of the second one. It's crazy, man. There's so many unique and cool characters that. Have such good interplay with each other. And I don't know, man, like how do you do this? Like he's got a lot on his hands, because although that game is so cinematic, the gameplay is really what makes it so special as well. Like I love the story of Death Stranding. I love the characters. I love the way it unfolds, but a lot of it is how good the gameplay is and how much I loved building roads and driving to and fro and like using these zip lines and zipping about. Like the gameplay loop is immaculate. And it's complemented by a phenomenal story as well. So
like it's very cinematic storytelling, especially the second game though. It is really, it's crazy. And like I just think about again some of Woodkid's songs. Like the story of Rainy, I almost tear up like listening to it. It's really great and really powerful stuff. Man, Woodkid's awesome. I hope Woodkid scores films and TV shows. He goes the route of like the 9 Inch Nails guys like Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. That would be really cool because some of that music is also like reminiscent of almost like the spy genre with like, I think it's Asphalt Maelstrom, that song. And there's a couple others that he's got in there that are just very like spy, almost James Bond-esque. Like he could almost score like do the song for the intro of the next James Bond movie.
Yeah.
But man,
that would be cool, man. I hope he blows up because of this. Cause I mean, he's had songs in shows and movies in the past, but it's like,
but they use his song. He didn't make them for it.
He didn't compose it for it. So like, I hope he can become a composer for movies and TV shows and more video games. Hell, man.
I'll see him everywhere.
Just a quick step back. You didn't tell me what you liked the most about Opening Night Live. We just kind of moved on.
Oh yeah, thanks for remembering because I just forgot.
No worries.
We're tangential. We'll just move on various tangents and then never return. Thank God you remembered. Well, yeah. So the one thing I liked at Gamescom was I loved the one thing I was like I knew this was coming because there was leaks about it, but the Lego Batman game looks freaking awesome. It literally looks incredible, and I watched more gameplay after, and I was like, this is it's pulling in all of these various things of Batman, like the Batman, like Matt Reeves is the Bat Reeves verse the Batman. There's the Christopher Nolan verse. There's the Michael Keaton Batman movies. It's like by Tim Burton. I feel like it's just honoring all the Batman legacy in one game. And it's a Lego game as well. And it's honoring like Lego Batman. It's also honoring in video games like Rocksteady's Batman games, like the Arkham games, in the biggest way possible in the combat, which the combat looks so amazing. It looks like the best Lego game combat I've ever seen in a Lego game. I don't think there's any Lego game that I really love the combat gameplay, to be fair. I don't know if you've got one that's memorable, but I think it looks great. There's only one thing I don't like about this game, actually. But
please.
Tell me what you think about
No. I'm into it. I was actually going to ask you a question about other Lego games. Did you ever play the Rise of Skywalker, the Skywalker Saga Lego?
I didn't end up playing it. No,
me neither. Because apparently they updated like a lot of the combat in that, like because it's like third person over the shoulder shooting and stuff like that.
That's
I never
cool.
played
I
it
should maybe
either, but
I should jump into that maybe for a little bit.
It was free on PS Plus like a year ago.
I know. I have it. Yeah, I should play it.
But sorry, continue. What don't you like about it?
There's only one thing I didn't love, and it's like it's so unfortunate because I feel like they got everything right, and I'm almost shocked. I actually am. I'm shocked that they didn't do this, but I'm assuming it was it can't make the guy's contract situation. The choice for Batman, I'm like, why didn't they pick Will Arnett? Like they didn't try to hire Will Arnett? What happened? Like that would have been. They literally would have been a slam dunk. That game would have been so good in every way. Will Arnett's performance for Lego Batman is really great. It's my favorite part by far of the Lego Batman movie. It's just, he's just such a good job. He's so over the top, and his voice is really great. That's why he's in like 15 different brand commercials, for various cars and things. So I'm disappointed that didn't happen. And I don't know who the Batman actor is, but I just keep comparing him every time I hear him. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not Will Arnett. It's like, but he's Lego Batman in the movie. So there's I was looking at the trailer for it, and everyone down below, there's like not everyone, but there's like maybe 2 comments I read, that 2 or 3 that were saying, rest in peace, like Kevin Conroy. And I'm like, Kevin Conroy, like I know Kevin Conroy voices the animated Batman in various mediums, but did he maybe voice Batman in Lego one time? Like, that's not really I don't really think it's funny. Kevin Conroy, iconic Batman. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, maybe the quintessential Batman in some aspect in some people's minds. But I think that Will Arnett almost for Lego, that's what's cool about it though. It's Lego. It's crazy. It's Lego, right? So it's a very campy, silly Batman because it's a Lego Batman. So Will Arnett's better than Kevin Conroy in that setting, I think. But yes, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, of course. They were all pointing out that Kevin Conroy wasn't playing this Lego Batman because he had passed away a few years ago. And I was like, but no one mentioned Will Arnett one time. I kept scrolling down. I'm like, no one knows this is Will Arnett's like baby. This is who he plays. I listened to Smartless, like his podcast with Jason Bateman and Sean Hayes. And there's many guests who come on and say, oh, my kids love you as Batman. You're their Batman. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But nobody in the comments for this trailer for like the Warner Brothers official channel like mentions it once. I was like, I must have missed it. Maybe it was buried somewhere. But anyway, I thought that was weird. I thought that was a miss as well.
That's actually a good point. I didn't even think about that a single time. I kind of forgot about the Lego Batman movie and the Lego movies. But yeah, like that Lego Batman movie was really good.
It is really good. That's why I want it.
Yeah,
that's why I want the Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Play about. Oh well,
that's crazy.
What can you do? I still think I'm going to play this, but it did turn me off of it a little bit. Like if he was in it, I would have been like pre-ordered, but because he's not, nothing about that because it looks so good. The Arkham style combat looks so good in it, not just because of Will Arnett, but like you hit every nail on the head. That was kind of my thought. Is like you missed that one thing, and I'm a big fan of Will Arnett. I feel like he's not in enough stuff, and so. That's kind of my thought process on it. But anyway, that's the one thing I was thinking. They looked really good at Gamescom. I thought that was like the best showing. And they even had one of the game directors or like one of the producers on stage to talk about it. And that guy did a great job presenting as well. He's that really like a really good flair to him. So I appreciated everything about that presentation. I thought I was kind of surprised because there was nothing else that surprised me. I was kind of bored for the Gamescom show.
I agree completely. It was 2 hours of nothing too crazy. They spent like 25 minutes talking about a Monster Hunter Final Fantasy collab. I was like, what is happening here, dude?
Yeah.
Like, and it kept on going. Every time you thought it was going to end, they're like, but wait, there's more. We're also doing more Final Fantasy and Monster Hunter. We're also doing Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy. I was like, Jesus Christ, guys.
When
like,
will
come
it
on.
end?
Like, move on. This is just a big commercial.
It is kind of always a big commercial, but that snippets is what kind of sells it. You know what I mean? Like you got a snippet of this game here, snippet of this game here. It's just, it's not that I'm like saying the Gamescom presentation, like opening night live was bad per se. I just, there's less for me. And especially when they spend a lot of time on anime games, like the Hoyoverse games, like the Genshin Impact. I don't know if Genshin Impact was there, but the other, like, there was like a, what was it? Adam and Eve or whatever.
Zero.
There's one that was like a thing, like, what is it called now? There's one that's strange. And they always got, these large breasted anime women in it. Yeah. And I don't know. It's cool, but I'm not that into that genre of game. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'll just eat my snacks and watch it. But I'm always interested to see what the game industry is doing. But again, that's where the surprises for Lego Batman was. That's where it kind of that really surprised me, because I was like, oh wow, they actually have an announcement that I care about a little bit. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say.
Right on, man.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff indeed. Oh, this isn't, I don't know if I didn't put this in my news segment, so I'm just going to mention this now. Did you look at, so for Superman, we're going to, this is like an appetizer before we get into our quick bite news. The Superman movie, did you look at like what it's at for the box office recently?
No, I have not. Should I, or are you going to tell me?
I just was curious to see, because this was a very interesting thing. I don't know if a lot of places reported on this or if I just missed it. There was a lot of talk about Superman, how there's less people watching movies that are very American in foreign countries internationally. And I was thinking about what does that mean? Because why? Yeah, right. We know what the reason is, but it's interesting because like I was wondering, like, is that true? Like, how much is that true? So I was thinking, what was the last Superman movie that came out? There was purely a Superman movie, and the last one before was a long time ago. Actually, it's crazy to think it was more than 10 years. A lot of these franchises are like beaten to death, but this one they actually had a 12-year gap. But Superman came out in 2025, obviously this year. And Man of Steel came out in 2013. Man of Steel had a box office worldwide of $670 million.
Nice.
Superman has just reached $600 million, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that they're happy about that in some way, especially because it's now on streaming services, which we're about to get into.
Crazy. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking about this now, because I feel like I have a news story about that. So maybe I should just say the thing. But anyway, let's dive into some quick bites of news, Adrian, a component of our show where we discuss 3 to 7 film and TV industry news stories that have been somewhat zeitgeisty over the past 2 weeks.
Yum, 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 yum.
Okay, so let's get back into it. So basically, $600 million is what they're at now, which is, I think, pretty good. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But obviously, they might not meet Man of Steel now, because they might not beat it because of the fact that Superman is launched on streaming services as of August 15th. So that's the first story I have here. Is Gunn is hyping up Peacemaker with the streaming launch of Superman because it's related directly. And so that's something that's really strange, because it's like a month. They gave it a month. Was it a month or maybe a month and a week in theaters before they brought it to streaming services, which I thought was
it was the first week of
strange.
July it came out. Yeah, first
right?
First week of July, and then Jurassic World was the
week before. Jurassic World was the first week, and then it was Superman, and it was Fantastic Four first steps after that. It was a very busy July. Yeah. But the point I'm making, and this is the longest point, journey I'm taking you on a highway to the point here, is basically the point I'm making is Man of Steel made $291 million domestically. Superman's at $600 million overall, but it domestically actually made $340 million.
Oh.
Thereabouts. And then if you take a look at the international, we're domestic in Canada. Canada can't, for some reason, I don't quite understand why. It's quite strange. because I guess our theater chains work in a very operationally very similar to the United States. We're always grouped in.
It's because we're the 51st state, Simon. It's very
oh boy,
obvious.
Don't do that. But yeah. So anyway, domestically, 291 million for Man of Steel, but they made internationally 379 million.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas internationally, Superman made, I mean, you could do the math, I guess, but 253 million. So like way down in comparison. So that is true. It seems like there's a negative sentiment toward the United States because domestically, people are lining up to go see Superman, but not internationally. In comparison to Man of Steel, of course. Not in comparison to like the Avengers or something like that. But it is interesting to see that seems to be true just based on those numbers, although it is 12 years of a gap. So maybe, again, there's other factors that play into that a little bit. But you would think as well, like in 2013, theaters were booming in a much different way. We've had COVID. We also have a shorter theatrical release schedules now where they're only kept in theaters for a shorter time, whereas it used to be a 90-day. It was 90 days, right? Yeah, and they changed it to 45 days in some capacity.
I mean, even before that, it would be like 6 months, and then before that, it was like a full year.
Right.
So yeah,
it's a 90-day. I think it was a 90-day window though in 2013. Yeah, I think.
Maybe.
So like
I don't know. I don't remember.
Maybe it wasn't actually. That's a good point. What was the theatrical window in 2013?
Like
anyway, I thought that was an interesting little thing there. What do you think about it going to streaming so quickly to HBO Max? Like
it's Superman. Crazy because I did look up the release date for Superman was July 11th. So it's been literally, like a month and not even a full week. So that's kind of odd. I mean, cool, I guess. Yeah. I'm sure the box office has kind of trickled down enough that they thought, you know what, let's put it on streaming services. Maybe this will boost HBO Max numbers. It's not on Crave here yet. So I don't know where it's going to be on here in Canada, but I guess you can just buy it or rent it at home. So there's that going for it. I think that's just like a really quick turnaround. But you know, if this was maybe James Gunn's decision because he wants to, you know, push people to get a streaming service so they watch Peacemaker season 2, I mean, I guess we'll see how that works out for him.
That's specifically what he said, actually. He's a very vocal man. He says a lot of things, and he said that, actually. He said, the reason why Superman is going to streaming is because I want people to be prepped for Peacemaker because it's completely related. Mm-hmm. Which is weird because it is very rated R. Like, the content of Peacemaker, especially the first episode of season 2. And we'll get into that, I'm sure, later. I did, awesome. Because I was very excited about it. I don't like week-to-week releases, but this one I'm very excited about. So I just thought I would watch it. I didn't want to get spoiled. But yeah, like I thought it was crazy because it's so rated R. And so he's like really talking about it constantly, like Peacemaker season 2, it's related to Superman. He's like saying this is why Superman is on streaming services right now and all that stuff. But then it's like, I mean, half your audience probably can't watch it in the people you're talking to, I guess, aren't going to watch it. Watch Peacemaker, I'm saying. Or watch Superman to prep for Peacemaker because that's not really what they're looking for because they can't or should not watch it. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's the first story there. Anything else to add?
No. I'm excited to dive into Peacemaker with you though, because I have a few thoughts, mostly positive.
Yeah, we will get
mostly positive.
We will get there for sure. Mostly, maybe some negative. Okay, that's exciting. Yeah. Okay. This is somewhat of the second thing here I've got written is somewhat of a correction from last week or maybe 4 weeks ago. I don't know why I said 3. We do this podcast every 2 weeks, so probably 4 weeks ago. But the correction is we talked about Quentin Tarantino's next movie and how he's been like delaying directing. And really it seems like writing his last movie because I think the boy's scared a little bit. I think he's scared that his legacy will be tarnished by whatever he chooses as the 10th film. And I'd like to say, again, I've said this before, Tarantino, my man, do not do 10 films. It's too much pressure and there's no point because you like filmmaking. You love it. It's like Kojima, actually. Hideo Kojima, the director of Death Stranding, recently said, I'm going to be making movies well into my 90s. I think he said that because Tom Cruise said that. And he tried, instead of Kojima relating himself to Tarantino, he's not like, oh, I'm going to do 10 games and then stop. He said what Tom Cruise said, which was, I'm just going to be making movies until I'm dead, essentially, which I think is better. And I think Tarantino loves film. So I don't know why you would why are you putting a clock on this? It seems strange. Anyway, the point I'm making, and the thing we got wrong, sort of, is that The Adventures of Cliff Booth, which is actually the movie now being directed by David Fincher, written by Tarantino, is not the same movie that I think we claimed was the movie critic film. And I think many other people said that too, because that's why we made the mistake, because I just used some reporting from some publication that said that. So there's not the same movie. But the movie critic did take place in the same time period as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And The Adventures of Cliff Booth is a prequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But they're not the same movie.
It's a prequel?
I said, is it a sequel?
That was my understanding, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's a sequel. I thought it was like a prequel sequel. Like they're gonna like
hop back and
pull
forth.
his life apart and like make it like kind of look at his life in total. And yeah, I guess because maybe it is a sequel. Maybe you're right. Yeah. But anyway, the point is, it's not the same movie, because there were rumors I don't even know if there were rumors. The claim was that Cliff Booth used to work at some kind of porno magazine, and he used to write reviews in the. Yeah, no, we definitely reported on it because it was said in a publication. So it's not our correction. Somebody else made this mistake. I don't know which major publication, but that's
Variety.
It's weird. I don't know, maybe, or Deadline, or the Hollywood Reporter. Those are the three we usually use. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was strange, because that would mean that he wrote two movies. They are kind of in the same time period, although unrelated to each other. Because again, the movie critic was not going to be related at all to Cliff Booth's story, except for being in the same time period.
Yeah, wasn't it like meant to be in the same universe though? That was like
it is,
but maybe
it's the same time period, same town. Well, it's Hollywood.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt. The Adventures of Cliff Booth, according to Wikipedia, is set 8 years after the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. But yeah, anyway, the movie critic one is interesting. He decided against making that his 10th film as well, because he decided that he didn't want to make anything about he thought that a movie about a movie critic, I can't remember. He had so many reasoning. He said he didn't want to do The Adventures of Cliff Booth because he thought a sequel was not good for his last movie. And then he didn't want to do the movie critic film because although he wanted to prove that making a movie about a movie critic, although a boring subject matter, could be interesting, he felt like it wasn't potentially interesting enough to make a movie his last film. I was like, dude! And then he didn't do the Star Trek movie, although that would have been really cool, according to Simon Pegg, who recently was in an interview somewhere and said the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie was like really wacky, but really, really great. Like it seemed really cool. And he was going to be in it with the original cast of, well, not the original cast, but the movie cast of like the, Chris Pine, Simon Pegg starring J.J. Abrams cast.
Yeah.
They were going to be in it. Anyway. Okay. So I just wanted to correct the record because I thought that was interesting. And is this guy ever going to make a 10th film? That's the question.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do what he's doing. I just think it's silly.
I agree completely.
Poetic, but the poetic nature of it's cool. But
yeah, like I don't know, like didn't you announce this like 20 years ago that I'm only going to make 10 movies and retire? It's like, brother, like you I'm sure you've changed as a human being. Just be like, I was young and dumb back then. I'm going to keep on making movies. Like he
believes it though. He believes in it. He's he's got conviction, which I respect. I respect the conviction, but I don't really understand this. For me, he doesn't seem to regret this decision at all. Like in any interview he's had, which is fair. So do what you need to do. But for me, I'm looking at this like, you love filmmaking though. You love film. So unless you have like some plan for something else you're going to do, like it reminds me of Daniel Day-Lewis in a way. We're going to talk about him in a second. Mm-hmm. Like Daniel Day-Lewis retired twice, didn't he? Like didn't he become a cobbler or something at one point? And then he's back like again.
A peach cobbler. Yeah.
No, like a shoemaker. A cobbler's a shoemaker, right? Am I crazy?
I don't know. You're probably right.
What is a cobbler?
I'm familiar of peach cobblers.
What is a cobbler? It says dessert. That's hilarious. What? Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not actually. Is that not actually a thing? Have I thought that my whole life?
I don't know, dude.
Sometimes misidentified as cobblers. They're not cobblers. So he was going to be a shoemaker then, not a cobbler.
Shoemaker.
So what the hell is a cobbler?
It's a type of dessert, dude.
I know
that. A cobbler
is
a shoe repairer, a craftsman who repairs and restores. This is from A term cobbler was originally used pejoratively to indicate that someone did not know their craft.
Oh, shit. Okay, so he was going to become a shoemaker, I think, not a repair guy. Okay.
Interesting.
No problem. All right. No problems here. All right. Yeah. The third story I picked up, I find really interesting, and I hope happens because everyone needs to be put in their place a little bit. As much as YouTube is Google, and Google is kind of, I don't know, Google is not perfect either. But regardless of that, YouTube is looking to buy the rights to the Oscars as of 2029 when Disney's deal as rights holder concludes.
Mm-hmm.
This is super interesting for a number of reasons. But I was going to throw it to you. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Because, like, I know that Disney, I guess, has the distribution rights for the Oscars, but here in Canada, it doesn't air on Disney, right? Isn't it, like, still owned by the cable networks? And like,
correct. I think Bell owns the distribution rights in Canada.
Yeah, it's so Fresherato avocado, dude.
Right, so maybe it won't affect us. Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's my worry, right?
No, because maybe the rights expire for Canadian. The Canadian rights expire at the same time, and they would be maybe YouTube because of YouTube's like hold in Canada as well. Maybe they'll actually keep the rights for themselves. That would be freaking awesome.
That would be nice.
That happens. I hope they expire at the same time. I don't know when the rights ends, and I feel like that Google search will take a while. So I'm not going to dive into that rabbit hole. But here's a couple things I think is interesting. One, we have so many problems watching this in Canada. Huge issue. Every year we try to watch it. You can't watch it because they don't sell it separately because Bell Media owns the rights here in Canada. Very annoying. In the end, I end up pirating it because there's no other option. There really isn't another option. I'm not going to get cable for 5 minutes. I'm just not doing that. So if they had given me an option, like for instance, Bell Media owns Crave, a streaming service here in Canada, the best option would be for the Oscars to be on Crave. That would be great, but they don't do that. Very annoying. Don't want to go into a rant too far on that. But there's something else interesting I found about this. We talk every year, and everyone talks every year. And this is the weird Hollywood accounting that I find in the media and elsewhere and by the various studios, okay? There's this idea that the Oscars is dying. Oh, the Oscars, the ratings are bad. Oh, the Oscars. You know about this, right? We talk about this every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do.
Oh, everyone's complaining about it. They're like, or up in arms. Like, oh, what are we going to do? It's ending. It's all ending. And yet YouTube, for some reason, Google's like sniffing around saying, actually, does quite well. I think we should maybe invest.
Mm-hmm.
In 2029. They're looking 4 years into the future. So there is something here that people aren't seeing on the outside. And I feel like this is the best example of that. Like the insiders understand that this is actually valuable and a cash cow because Google would not be sniffing around if that's the case. So I'm kind of tired of hearing every year like, oh, the ratings are down. Oh, this host was bad because of this. Shut up. It's annoying. It's annoying every year because I enjoy the Oscars, quite frankly. And it's crazy that like these sponsors like Rolex sponsor it every single year. And it seems to just get the same media, like the same advertiser attention every year. So it clearly does better than people think. And I just want to say that. That's all. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. I think two things can be true. Like I think it can be going down, but it's like, what does that ultimately mean? It doesn't mean that it's not still huge, right? Like I think, like the rating, I think there is this like sentiment that the ratings have gone down. Not as many people are watching.
But they have. The Nielsen ratings have gone down for traditional linear cable. Yeah, that's true, but there are people watching it in other avenues, and I think that the numbers aren't like really Reddit. Matching up.
Like Reddit illegal links.
Yeah, right. Well, imagine that's the thing about it. If it is on YouTube, imagine how pure the numbers will become.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really a good thing to think about because how convoluted it is, even in the United States, to get access to it is stupid. YouTube is typically free. They have very little, if any, premium content. Like,
I don't think they have any premium content anymore
right now.
It's like YouTube Premium is ultimately just ad-free YouTube at this point, and then they give you YouTube Music included with it. I wish they just had like a cheaper option where I could just get YouTube Premium. I don't use YouTube Music. Not going to use it anymore. But yeah, it is a little bit annoying that they do that. But I mean, imagine if they get the rights and like, you need YouTube Premium to watch this. That would be
bad.
Yeah, that would be it'd be
then
kind of like a
down,
baller move at the same time. But I just don't imagine it's going to bring that many people in. I'd be fine. I'm never getting rid of YouTube Premium. I think it's one of the most valuable services I pay for by far. The amount of YouTube I watch, ad free.
It's a bit expensive, but
it ain't cheap. It's $23 Canadian.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, dude.
$23. I thought it was 19.
No, it's $22.99.
It's a lot already.
Yeah,
why is it
$23.99?
That's the thing. Like, it's so much. Like they're making bank on that. It's cool. I appreciate you paying for it, including me and your family. You can always take me off anytime. I'll put that out there in the ether, because if you need to add someone else or something, that's not a problem. I feel bad. I kind of bum it off you.
Dude,
now
it's
you
fine.
don't even have Disney anymore from me. I can't even pay for Disney for you.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I have my $3 Disney with ads right now, so it's all good. I'm gonna close that off though soon. I do want to watch Alien Earth as well, but I was like, do I really want to watch this fucking show with 6 ads sprinkled throughout it? So I haven't.
I canceled Disney Plus. I'm waiting for Alien Earth to finish.
Okay, I might do the same. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like it is a little bit on the pricier side for sure. But again, it's like it's split between myself, my fiance, my pal Peter, you, and I think my sister. So it's like it's okay. Not like financially, like it's not split financially, but I mean like everyone has access to it, and I'm okay paying for that. Is my point.
Right.
So,
I mean, now I probably should offer to pay you.
No, dude. No, please, no, don't. But I don't know. For me, that service is valuable. Like I would be paying for it regardless. So whatever. If I can give it to you for free, cool, man. Please enjoy it. Please enjoy it. But I mean, on the topic of streaming services, I just scrolled down because I don't think you mentioned it as a story unless I'm missing it. But like Apple TV Plus, they just increased their prices by $2 as well, which is like, it's $15 Canadian. And don't get me wrong, Apple TV's quality is phenomenal. They're hemorrhaging money in their, TV space. So I'm like, you know what? For me, I'm okay with it. But when you really think about it, it's like, okay, Netflix is what, $22 or whatever it is. And the amount and variety of content on Netflix compared to Apple TV is ginormous.
It's almost $10 more.
Yeah. But
is that worth $10 more? Apple TV Plus's quality across the board is better, in my opinion. I think there's very little shows that match Severance. Like from a standpoint of quality, it's crazy. Just like take the actual production value of it, of the whole thing, of all their shows. For All Mankind is insane. Dark Matter is kind of insane. Silo is kind of insane. There's very few shows.
The Studio.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, so good. What's just name a Netflix show that's kind of getting close. Like think about Squid Game season 3. What was going on with the CG? Like, what are we doing? You don't have the money? You're getting, how much money are people giving you? You're like bleeding people dry. I don't know. Yeah. For me, Apple TV Plus is my favorite streaming service, so it doesn't necessarily matter to me. But I pay for the Apple One subscription. So
so you get it included. Yeah.
And that price didn't go up, thankfully. But that is a helpful thing too, to have that Apple One. But anyway, Anyway, I do agree though it is a little bit expensive. I don't disagree with you just because there's not as much content. But I do applaud them for making every show they make is just like a bar that is almost unmatched. Like HBO Max is the only one, or just HBO in general. HBO shows are kind of the closest. HBO and Apple TV Plus are the closest, I feel like, in terms of the quality metric. The rest of the streaming services are kind of hit and miss. Even Disney Plus is weird. Like they've got a lot of strange, like, I don't know, they got a mix. But
they got Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, baby. They got Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Right, yeah, they're right. They're doing the same thing that Netflix is doing with the reality TV as well, But,
for sure. Yeah, it is interesting. And one key thing to note as well with Apple TV, like it is, like, they do release their episodes weekly. So it's like, if you do want to watch a show start to finish, you're paying for 2 months. Like, if I want to watch Platonic week to week, as an example, I'm paying $30 to finish that show. Or the show that's coming out in October, Vince Gilligan's Pluribus. Is it?
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing it?
That's
Pluribus.
right. Yeah.
You know, like that's going to be week to week. Am I willing to pay $30 for that show? 100%. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking giving Apple all my money. I'm going to watch that week to week. I'm very excited for it. But again, at the same time, you have to take that into consideration. With Netflix, it's like, well, let me take a step back because Netflix does split up their seasons now. Although they drop them all, like Wednesday, as an example, I think they released the first half last month or this month, and then they're releasing the second half of season 2 in September. So that is a key thing to know. Did I lose you? Are you there? Hello?
Okay.
He's back, baby.
We've done it. We are back. We are back from a Rogers outage over in Guelph, Ontario, Adrian.
Oh, I don't think we are. I don't think we are back because he just cut out again. He was mid-sentence, cut out again. Oh, my God.
One of my favorite things about living.
You're saying something about streaming services.
I don't know. You cut out there again for like another 20 seconds.
Rogers Internet, baby. High quality stuff.
I was watching a video from this guy named Balkan Dad on Instagram while I was waiting. Oh, and he's gone again. Oh, my God. You're gone again.
You don't know. Don't know what's going on.
Why are you so okay with this?
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do here?
Yeah.
Matt, I always think about this like with Rogers. The last month, every single day the internet has gone out. Every single day once. But imagine you were working from home. Imagine how annoying that would be. Yeah, I know. But it's like, that's so ridiculous. Like, that's unacceptable. And it's like, what am I going to call them and say, like, fix it? Like, what are you going to fix? Your infrastructure's shit. So I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know. I might switch to Bell because it's getting a little bit bad. Because it wasn't this bad. Like 2 months ago, it was fine. I don't know what happened. Something just went wrong. And I don't know if they're going to ever acknowledge it.
Tariffs.
So anyway. Yeah. Rogers is a very Canadian company.
Yeah.
They had like a weird. Did we talk about how they had like literally like a Succession like situation with like Rogers is somehow run by like a family business. It's like it's still. I think it's the descendants of like Ted Rogers, like from back in the day, and they had like a battle. The siblings had a battle to take over the company. It was like a crazy like weird thing. I think what's going on here?
Maybe they'll make
The son got the CEO position, and then they were pissed, so they kicked him out, and then he got it again, I think. Oh. I was like, what? They had like a battle, Anyway, this is crazy. Crazy stuff. He got the board on their side. Oh, wait. It's not him. It's a different guy. Oh, it's a guy named Tony Staffieri, so it's not that guy anymore. So that was a few years ago anyway. But
spitting lies here. Spitting lies.
Hold on.
Some misinformation.
Hold on. I'm correct about this. I didn't dream
Tony
this.
Staffieri, dude. You don't know Tony?
I watched Succession season 4, and then Battle for. Come on now.
Battle of the Bastards, man.
Battle for
Bikini Bottom.
Control. Yeah, Edward Rogers wins major court battle for control of family business. Yeah. This was real. He was there for the chairman position, not the CEO position, I think. The CEO Rogers battle for control refers to the 2021 power struggle at the Rogers Communication, where Edward Rogers sought to replace CEO Joe Natalie with Tony Staffieri. Yeah, there was a battle, but it's like for their chairman, the chairman of the board situation. They're battling to get the person they want appointed to CEO. Anyway, whatever, man. That has nothing to do with my internet going out constantly. It's some weird infrastructure issue. So, Adrian, now let's move on. I don't know what we were exactly talking about. We said Apple TV Plus is quality, HBO Max is quality. The other streaming services, hit and miss sometimes. Let's move on to the trailers of the week. Unless you've got more to say about the streaming services.
No, I feel like I was saying a point. Don't remember it. Doesn't matter.
Sorry.
We've moved on.
I'm sorry I did that to you. But anyway, the trailers for this week, pretty cool. I'm going to call out some that I saw, and if you have any that you want to mention, feel free to do so. But I noticed the old Ballad of a Small Player from director of Conclave, Edward Berger, with starring Mr. Colin Farrell. That looks pretty cool. Fallout Season 2, which was at Gamescom. Sekiro No Defeat, which was also at Gamescom. Black Rabbit, you sent me the trailer, which I've been excited for, obviously, because I was just excited for whatever Jason Bateman's going to direct next in the TV world. So that's pretty cool. That looks pretty great. Looks like another crime show in the vein of Ozark in some way. And then we got Anemone with Ronan Day-Lewis, Daniel Day-Lewis's son, directing it. And Daniel Day-Lewis, after retiring, that's what we were referencing before, is coming back from retirement to star in this movie. It also stars Sean Bean from
the
Game of Thrones,
Beanster,
et cetera, et
as I like
cetera,
to
et
call
cetera.
him.
Bean Sean. And anything else that you potentially want to mention as well. There was one other thing, actually, I feel like I've forgotten, and I forgot to write it down clearly because it's not in this list. But is there anything else you want to call out? Or do you want to talk about any of those things? Because we should just probably talk about them instead of just mentioning them in passing.
Yeah. Let's talk about those. So I didn't watch The Ballad of a Small Player, nor did I watch Anemone. Honestly, I don't think I've seen a single movie with Daniel Day-Lewis, now that I really think about it. Maybe I have,
Not
maybe
one?
I haven't. I don't know.
Huh. Okay.
Let me look this up, because I don't
Have
think
you
I
seen
have.
The Last of the Mohicans?
No.
Have you seen, I think it's My Left Foot, I think it's called.
No.
That was called? Have you seen, the one I feel like you would have seen, Gangs of New York.
I haven't seen that in full, but when we worked together at Best Buy back in the day, people would always put it on that the free Sony streaming service. Remember what was that called?
Oh,
I want to say Crumble.
It was. Crackle.
Crackle.
Crumble. Yeah,
and it would be on randomly. It was either that movie or fucking Shark Tank, dude. Like that was always playing in the lunchroom at the Best Buy we worked at back in the day.
That's in the lunchroom. Yeah, I wasn't on the floor because I was like, that's a pretty rated R movie.
Yeah, no, it was in the lunchroom. It was in the lunchroom. Yeah. So I don't think I've seen any of his movies in full. This is a great use of nepotism that Ronan Day-Lewis has done here. Great use, making his dad go out of retirement for a movie that he's making. I'm not even mad. So good for him.
His dad's helping. He's writing it, and I don't. Is that nepotism? I don't know if that's nepotism though. That's a weird one.
Reverse nepotism.
It's like a strange one though, because he's writing it with his dad and they're making a project together. It's like, wait, I guess it is nepotism. It is. It just naturally is. You can't really. But I feel like the way you describe it is it's a nice version of nepotism. But I'm like, it's kind of, this one's incidental nepotism though, because it's what do you? Oh, sorry, son, you want to make friggin' movies? No, nepotism. What are you gonna do there? You know what I mean? It's not like Daniel Day-Lewis went to the studio execs and said, "Hey, I'm Daniel Day-Lewis, the Oscar winner for every movie I'm in. Mm-hmm. I'm nominated in almost virtually every movie I've ever been in. You better hire my son as the director." No, they're making an indie film. You know what I mean? In that regard, it's not as bad. It's it's incidental nepotism is what I would call it.
Okay. You know what? I'll allow that. Simon. But the Fallout Season 2 I don't even know if it was a full trailer. I guess it kind of was. They showed it at Gamescom, right? If I recall correctly. Looks pretty good. I liked the first season. I don't think I was as high on it as a lot of people online. I thought it was great, but I don't think it was a masterpiece by any stretch. I think Walton Goggins, anything that guy's in, I think he elevates a product. I really like Ella Purnell in that show as well. I think Ella Purnell is awesome. And again, she voiced Jinx in the Arcane TV series, which I absolutely adored. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely intrigued. I'm not going to not watch it, but I'm not foaming out the mouth for Fallout Season 2. You know what I mean?
Sure. Okay.
Sekiro, No Defeat. I actually just recently beat Sekiro, the video game earlier this year. Right. And the anime, I really love the animation style. I think it looks
it does look cool.
It looks really cool. It's it almost looks like 90s anime in a weird way, just the way it's hand drawn. Looks beautiful, and it seems to be following the story of the game almost to a T, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. I think the story of Sekiro is pretty good. I think it's the weakest part about the game. I wasn't necessarily being oh man, I gotta figure out the story of this. I don't really care that much about it, but I was playing it for the gameplay. But I mean, maybe I'll check this out. Again, the animation style alone makes it look cool. I know you're not much of an anime guy, but does this interest you at all?
Not this one, because I don't have interest in Sekiro.
That's fair. And then the Black Rabbit trailer, stellar. Looks so good. I had no idea what the show was going to really be about, other than that it's supposed to be a crime drama. But
we talked about it.
Yeah, like we talked
about how it's about a restaurant. Like these guys they own like a nightclub restaurant thing, and then they like Jude Law is kind of running it, and his brother shows up, and he's got troubles with various entities, and they have to kind of sort it out.
Yeah,
but this really sheds some more light on it. I feel like this trailer.
And I don't know did we always know that this is supposed to be a limited series? Because it seems like
I think so.
Okay. Because this seems like it's going to be like a one and done, which is a little bit too bad. I would have liked to, I want Jason Bateman to, stretch his legs and make multiple seasons if he can. But hey, man, if this is the story he wants to tell over the course of one season, all the power to him. This is out soon as well. It's like mid next month, right? Middle of September.
That's something Netflix does pretty well. They're almost like they're almost shadow dropping stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They announce it and then it's coming out pretty quick.
Yeah. Apart from their like really big things, like like a Stranger Things or I guess Squid Game as well. They kind of announced it quite early. Right. But yeah, this looks really good. And then not on the list here, Simon, but
before you get there though, let's stop at Black Rabbit for a sec. The thing about Black Rabbit that's interesting to me that I just thought was like a little funny little quip. Somebody posted on like a comment on YouTube. I think they were like, "Oh, yeah, you're mentioning Emmy Award winner, Jason Bateman and like nominee for the Oscars Jude Law, but I feel like you failed to mention Oscar winner Troy Kotzer, which I thought was funny." Although there's a reason why they didn't do that. Like he's probably not in it as much. Like Troy Kotzer was the Academy Award winner for supporting actor for Coda. And he's in the trailer, but I imagine he's obviously not the main character. It's Jude Law and Jason Bateman, who are obviously more household names in some way, but mainly it's because they're also main characters. I just thought it was kind of a funny little nod because they didn't win. Like, oh no, Jason Bateman didn't win though because he won for. Didn't he win an award for Ozark for directing?
He may have.
Am I wrong?
He definitely won an Emmy, but he didn't win an Oscar.
No. Did I say Oscar? Sorry. Yeah, Emmy.
Yeah, okay.
You couldn't have won an Oscar for Ozark. That would have been possible.
Just for another movie, though, like that he starred in. Maybe he won an Oscar for Identity Thief, Best Actor.
Did he
starring
win?
Melissa McCartney.
He won. Yeah, he won. In 2019, he won an Emmy for Ozark. That's cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Good for him. Well deserved anyway.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
For being great in everything he does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
High praise.
Super high praise, dude. The highest, arguably, that I give to someone. Yeah, and then there's two other trailers that I want to point out as well, Simon.
Yeah.
Maybe three. Okay. One is, this looks really cool. Have you heard about the movie called Good Boy?
I don't know.
So Good Boy is an upcoming like horror movie, but the entire movie is from the perspective of the dog in the family.
Didn't you tell me about this?
I must have like a while ago, but this trailer just released like, I don't know, like within the last week. And it's a really good trailer. It's short and brisk. It looks really cool, though. I really like what they're doing here. I think this dog that is the main character, his name, I think, is like Indy the dog or something. I don't think that's the dog's name in the movie. I think his name is Indy, like in real life. And it looks really good. I'm super intrigued about this. It's rated incredibly well. So I'm all in on that movie.
Yeah.
As you know, I like horror.
Yeah.
The other two movies I want to the other movie that I want to point out is a movie called Cold Storage. I don't know if you saw the trailer for this one. This one's not coming out until next year. I'm kind of shocked that they showed it, but it stars Liam Neeson, Joe Keery, and someone else. I can't remember. And it's like kind of like a post-apocalyptic movie. Like, I don't know. It looks wacky and fun, over-the-top violence. This one looks super intriguing. Again, I'm kind of butchering the explanation. I think it's like Joe Keery and this woman, like they're trying to do a heist or they're doing a janitor job. I don't remember. It's been like a week or two since I watched it, but it looks really cool, really fun. Bad job explaining the trailer. Check it out yourself. And then the final trailer I want to mention is The Paper, Peacock TV series, the spinoff of The Office.
Wait, didn't The Paper trailer come out 2 weeks ago?
Maybe. Did we talk about it 2 weeks ago?
We didn't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So it's a good call out now because we never even brought it up. Unless there was another trailer. But yeah, we just completely forgot. I wrote it in a different note that I never looked at when we recorded 2 weeks ago for episode 116. But yeah, what'd you think of the paper trailer?
I thought it looked okay. Like, I don't know. It's hard to, I think a lot of the time when you're marketing a comedy, it's relatively difficult to do because like you just got to like get some laughs out there quickly, essentially shorten jokes and like just show punchlines. And I think this trailer kind of was a failure in that. I didn't really giggle much at all watching it.
I can see that. Yeah.
Which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm not excited for this. It is super interesting though, because this originally was supposed to release week to week. And I don't know if you heard a couple days ago, Peacock announced that they're dropping all 10 episodes at once.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's like a good or a bad sign. I feel like maybe like the season, maybe it doesn't start off particularly great and then kind of picks up because you're getting to know the characters' personalities and everything like that. I think with a lot of comedy shows, you have growing pains because you're trying to figure out how the characters are and the chemistry between everyone. Like you think about the first season of The Office or the first season of Parks and Rec, like they're by far the worst seasons of the show. I don't know. The Office kind of goes downhill randomly a little bit later. But the first season is pretty rough.
I don't know. If you're talking about where I think you're talking about for The Office, I never thought it went downhill, personally.
Yeah, I definitely do. I think it kind of loses a little bit of its magic. But so maybe they were like, well, we should release it all at once so like people get the full scope and you get the characters. I think comedies are a little bit better to watch all at once. People like binging comedies, I think.
As proven by Netflix's licensing of The Office. I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm curious about this. I'm not like excited for it, but I'll probably watch it depending on where it is here because we don't get Peacock. It's on Paramount Plus, maybe not. But
what is interesting is that Mike Schur is not a part of this, and he's a big part of obviously Parks and Recreation and The Office. Yeah, and I wonder what that's going to mean. Greg Daniels is a part of this, which he was obviously a part of the original The Office as well.
Yeah,
and so. I don't know how it's going to go. Do you know who Michael Coman is with a K?
No.
Michael Coman. He's also. Oh, he's a producer on Nathan For You. Interesting.
Oh. Okay.
Wonder what this means.
Nathan For You is great.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see what this means. But he's part of the team with Greg Daniels there.
Mm-hmm.
He is also a writer on the show. So we'll see what that means. But like, I don't know. That's the big question. Like, what will it be like without Michael Schur? What is Michael Schur working on now?
I have no idea, honestly.
Michael Schur did the Ted Danson. Yeah, he did Men on the Inside. Yeah.
Oh yeah, which I didn't love, honestly.
But he's usually kind of working on two things at once, no? Because he was doing The Good Place and Brooklyn Nine-Nine at the same time.
When you Google Michael Schur's name, this is the first image that pops up.
Oh, sorry. I'm not looking.
It's just a floating head.
I got the same one. That's crazy.
Dude, why?
I don't know. It's a floating head. It's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So random. But yeah, I don't really like a Man on the Inside that much. I thought it was fine.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But
I loved The Good Place, obviously.
Not as good as The Good Place in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, though, I think.
Oh, definitely not. Nowhere near. I think it's the worst show that I watched of his. There was something about it. I just don't think. I think typically he can. Yeah, man. I think there's a way to balance comedy and sadness in a way, and I just don't think he expertly handled it in that show specifically. I think it leaned a little bit more towards the sadness.
I would almost argue that he did handle it well because dementia is the scariest disease, in my opinion. And I like the show somehow. So in some way, I think he succeeded. I just feel like dementia is a really tough topic to broach.
Yeah,
I don't know. Good for you that you'd somehow managed to do it in any way. But yeah, that's the part that's really sad. It gets really sad, especially near the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the second season will be like. It might be better actually because he's going to be the Man on the Inside somewhere else. Maybe I don't know how they're going to bridge the seasons.
My worry is So I love Ted Danson's character.
No
in that
spoilers,
show.
by the way, but let's try to be vague on this.
Yeah. But I mean, it's potentially possible like this is going to be almost like an anthology in a way of like him and then a couple of the other main cast kind of moving on to like a different place, right? There's potential for that. And I think like the least interesting characters are the characters that might move on with Ted Danson, which I think is kind of a shame. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be. Because I think the biggest issue that I had with that show is one of the main characters has literally no character growth and she kind of just sucks.
Okay.
And I don't know. I like by the end of it, I was like, I don't like you. Like, I just don't like you as a character and you're not funny. It's like, at the very least, you know, sometimes you like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They're awful people. Like I would not like these people in real life, but at least they're funny. In The Man on the Inside, the one main character, like the girl that essentially hires Ted Danson, like she sucks. She has no redeeming qualities. She's kind of an asshole all throughout it. And like when she does like arguably the one good thing in the show.
No redeeming qualities.
Yeah, no redeeming qualities.
She's just working. She's just doing her job. She's not funny. She's just not funny though. I don't agree that she's got no redeeming.
But she's mean. And the only nice thing she does is because she's essentially forced to.
Ted Danson's doing a bad job the whole time. He's doing a horrible job. He's employed.
Yeah, but he's nice. And he cares. And he's funny. So that's what I mean.
I don't know about that. She doesn't know him that well, and he's not really doing a great job. I feel like
my point is I don't like the character.
It's like
that is my point.
It's like people reacting to Skylar badly. Like Skylar would not in Breaking Bad. Like Skylar wouldn't have acted the way she did. Of course she should. It's like people hate Skylar. They hate her, and I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I think she's a very normal person. That's how someone would react probably when. Yeah. I mean, maybe not, but because it's like such a ridiculous thing. Your husband becomes like a drug kingpin. What do you do, I guess? But I don't know. I feel like people overreact with Skylar as an example.
Yeah. You know? So you're telling me I only hate her because this character is also a woman, like Skylar. Is that what you're saying?
What? Woman? No, I get what you're saying. She isn't that interesting, though. I agree with you. I just think that no redeeming qualities thing. I'm like, I don't know about that, but I agree. She's not that interesting. Yeah, her being carried over. You're right. The people in the retirement home are funnier, and they got more comedic chops in some way. She's supposed to be like the straight woman in this case. Like she's playing it straight, whereas Ted Danson's ridiculous, and that's the whole dynamic. But you're right. That's maybe the worst dynamic in the show. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's a good call. I agree with you. I just think some of the language he uses is very hyperbolic. That's all.
Obviously. But still, you get what I mean. And I mean, there is another straight woman in the show. Well, actually a couple, like his daughter and then Stephanie Beatrice.
Yeah, she's got a husband.
Yeah. Exactly, dude. Yeah. They ain't scissoring. But yeah. But yeah, like those characters are interesting enough, like and add something to the show. So anyways, that's kind of my point.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. I guess we'll see. Hopefully it's good. I hope the paper's good because it's just, I don't know. It would be very disappointing for a lot of people. Because like that last show Craig Daniels did was not regarded as that great. It's funny because I feel like it hit its stride right at the end. The space show. What's it called? Space Force? Yeah, Space Force.
I never even watched it.
Yeah, it's got Steve Carell in it too, which is like, I feel like a magic formula, and it wasn't really, critics didn't love it, like, and I don't think audiences loved it either because it got canceled. So that's on Netflix. I think the dynamic between Steve Carell specifically and what's his name, oh my god, he got cut from Fantastic Four First Steps, John Malkovich. That dynamic was really good. I just felt like some of the writing was kind of weak. Like I didn't love it, but I feel like it started to hit its stride near the end of the second season, if I recall correctly. Anyway.
I don't watch it, so I don't know.
I don't really recommend it. It's not terrible, but...
I'm not going to watch it.
Okay.
I'm never going to watch it. I'm never going to put that on my television.
It also hurts because it got canceled, so it's hard for me to recommend things that are canceled, except for Awake. Anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
Wake is definitely worth watching.
That is.
I got one more thing. It's not a trailer. Did you see any of the set photos for Is This Thing On? I am very excited about this movie. It's Will Arnett starring as a comedian who wasn't a comedian before, but he goes into a comedy club after a potential divorce. And apparently this is the story because it's based on a true, like an actual guy in the UK. But Will Arnett's being directed by Bradley Cooper. So this is Bradley Cooper's next movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do know this. I do know this.
It looks really cool, and the premise is really cool because apparently, like, Will Arnett's character is going to go into a comedy club and he just wants to go into the comedy club because he's depressed or something. He just wants a drink, and they won't let him enter without a fee, and so they're going to charge him money. And he's like, and they're like, but if you go on stage for open mic night, you don't get charged, and then he becomes an actual comedian. That's the story.
Oh,
which is cool. like what? That's so cool. And Will Arnett is not really the main star in anything that's that prominent, so that's pretty
as
impressive.
in like a movie. I know where you're coming from. Sorry,
you know what I mean. He's not in like he's in BoJack Horseman and he's in Flaked, but they're just like small things. This is potentially a big project. Like,
I would argue that Will Arnett's at his best when he's playing a depressed guy that just wants a drink.
I know. That's what's so crazy, like Flaked and BoJack Horseman. So it's really exciting in that regard. And I think Bradley Cooper is I love A Star Is Born. I think his iteration of A Star Is Born is excellent. It's very heart-wrenching and it's very good. I got to see Maestro, though. I never ended up watching it last year. Did he
make interesting because he directed that?
Yeah, he directed himself in it.
I had no idea.
If I was a director, I gotta say, I would not be the protagonist in a movie, though. It's so much pressure. Like, I feel like Lady Gaga was the protagonist in A Star Is Born. I think it's just too much pressure for Maestro. I think it was well regarded. It got like a lot of Oscar nominations, but it didn't win very much, like across the award season, in comparison to most of what was nominated last year. So anyway.
Interesting.
You should see it.
I remember this movie coming out. I didn't watch it though.
It's about Leonard Bernstein.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Produced. So directed by Bradley Cooper, written by Bradley Cooper and Josh Singer, produced by Martin Scorsese, Bradley Cooper, Steven Spielberg. A lot of big names attached to this flick. Interesting.
Wow. It's cool, but
interesting. Cool.
Yeah, I should see that. But anyway, this is more up my alley, I feel like. This is the premise automatically. It's about, what's the guy's name now? Is this thing on? What is it about? It's about I looked at a clip. The dude was on the Graham Norton show, and he told the story about how this is his life, this UK comedian. This is actually something that happened to him. It's based on the British comedian John Bishop. This guy was really funny on the Graham Norton show. I thought it was really funny. Like the way he told the story was cool. It's definitely worth looking at. But it's a cool thing that they're obviously translating it for the American audience, because I think Will Arnett's a comedian in New York instead of obviously in Britain. But anyway, it's cool. I'm excited. For that one. That's coming soon. I think it's October. I think the release date. It's strange. There's no trailer for that, and that's in October. And isn't the Smashing Machine in October? We've seen the trailer for the Smashing Machine with
like
Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
times, dude.
Like 800 times. It's crazy. I'm not opposed to seeing the Smashing Machine. I'm kind of interested in it, but I feel like it's like, why are they showing the trailer so many times?
Yeah.
For every movie too, the crazy thing is the movies we're going in to see, like it was in the beginning of Weapons, which I guess makes sense, kind of, but it's not a horror movie. What is the other movies? It was before
Fantastic Four. It was before Superman.
I think so.
It was before Jurassic World. Dude, it's before every fucking movie we've gone to the theater.
It's not a blockbuster.
Yeah. I've seen this movie, like the trailer so many times. I'm not against watching it. I want to watch it because I'm genuinely curious if The Rock's a good actor.
I think he's a good actor, but it's like, I feel it. I was like, you're a good actor to be able to act naturally in a scene, even though you're playing yourself. And like, there's degrees of how much people play themselves in things, but I think he does look natural in the scenes he's in. Like, he's not a bad actor in the movies he's in. He's just The Rock. That's the tricky part, but you can see bad acting a lot, and like, when you watch movies, like, I think you pointed out that's a bad thing to say because I feel like that's mean, and she was so good in Weapons, but you mentioned in Wolfman the acting wasn't good. I think that's the directing for the actor in the scenes there in that specific spot. But I think for you, I didn't necessarily call that out anyway, but like, there is, better, or like a good example is The Room, you know what I mean? Like you watch The Room and you're like, all right. But there's also the director wasn't necessarily holding anyone's hand or trying to make them shine in those scenes either. So that's also a direction for The Room too. But you can see the bad acting or Hayden Christensen in some of the scenes in Star Wars. I feel like he's not that bad of an actor, but he didn't do the greatest job acting in some of those scenes. In like he improved markedly in Revenge of the Sith. Like you can see it literally if you watch Attack of the Clones and then watch Revenge of the Sith back to back, you can see how much he improved. It's clear. So I don't think Rock is like that. If The Rock played Anakin Skywalker, all I'm saying is he would seem like a natural actor potentially in those scenes. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe because he's directed by...
The Rock played Anakin Skywalker. It's a crazy fucking visual. Dude, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's fucking nuts, dude. I can't even imagine.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, cool. I don't know how we would have done because it would have been about the director as well. But
awesome.
Yeah, The Rock's not bad as Black Adam. It's just he kind of. I guess The Rock caused the Henry Cavill thing, though, right?
Like pushing Henry Cavill to show up in that movie.
Yeah,
he did.
No,
yeah.
I think he made it so the announcements claimed that Henry Cavill was coming back as Superman in the DCU. Because that's what announced it at that point. I never really connected those two things, but
James Gunn talked a lot about it on, was it the Happy Sad Confused podcast or whatever that they like, because Black Adam
right,
came
you watched
out.
That. You saw that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm referencing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because he was talking about how Black Adam came out in the period that essentially James Gunn and Peter Safran were taking over DC.
Right.
And they specifically knew that
the plan.
The plan. And The Rock was pushing so heavily. He's like, we have to bring Henry Cavill into this. And we're going to do this universe properly. And he was essentially like trying to strong arm his way into the larger DCEU
to change
universe.
The hierarchy of the DC extended universe, Adrian.
And it's really interesting to hear kind of James Gunn talk about him. Because like apparently like it sounds like...
I didn't hear him. Did he specifically mention The Rock?
He doesn't say The Rock by name. He just says, and there were specific people that were pushing themselves into a universe that were essentially fighting us on what we wanted to do. So it's almost sounded like The Rock was like, no, we're doing the DCU. We're going to continue this. Henry Cavill's going to be there. And he was trying to push James Gunn and Peter Safran out before they even got in. So... Yeah, like it was interesting. Again, he didn't say it by name, but it sounds like that is what he was referring to. Yeah. Okay. So, and then literally that movie came out. Henry Cavill's there, and they already knew that they had to fire Henry Cavill. Well, tell him that
not
universe isn't moving forward.
Just say we're not hiring you for more jobs in this particular role.
So it was like a very awkward conversation. But then he talked about how wonderful Henry Cavill was about, and all Henry Cavill asked was like, can I please just be the one to deliver the news? And they obviously obliged. So yeah, it sounds very interesting. So yeah,
that was actually, I had a segue. I had somewhere written in this jumbled notes I have. Henry Cavill, you know what role he should get? This is a crazy little cut here. It's like a crazy take. All right, Henry Cavill, Bruce Wayne Batman.
Oh, dude, that'd be cool. I would like that.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, though.
No.
It's kind of interesting
because I don't know, like he could do Bruce Wayne so well. He's like, he's got this suave. He's got the nice smirk. Like there's this, and I mean, dudes love him. Like he's like probably like one of the biggest man crushes out there for men. Like,
well, would they not do it because they were worried about the confusion?
I don't think James Gunn. I don't think they care. And I think Peacemaker is actually a prime example of I don't think they care that much.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is interesting. But I would love that.
That would be cool. Wouldn't that be interesting, though? They like flip it on its head and they have Henry Cavill as their DCU's Batman. Obviously, there's talk of like, I think who was asked in an interview about Robert Pattinson? Oh, it was Matt Reeves. Would you... I think again it was Josh Horowitz. It's always Josh Horowitz. He breaks every story, it seems, because he just seems like a really likable, nice guy. Every interview I see with this guy, he's just like, they all seem to like talking to him because he's just a nice guy who's really into the industry and he's really into what they're making. He's just a big movie and TV fan, so that's kind of where it goes from there, I think. But he asked Matt Reeves, like, is there a chance that Robert Pattinson will play Batman in the greater DCU? And Matt Reeves didn't rule it out, which I thought was interesting. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I brought that up like a couple weeks back or a few episodes ago where I'm like,
it
do
was
you think there's a possibility? That's right. Yeah. And then you literally were like, no, you fucking big dumb idiot. That's not going to happen.
I think it won't happen. I legitimately don't think it will happen. But yeah, that's right. You brought it up, and I felt like they had already kind of nixed it, but they didn't. I was just wrong because clearly Matt Reeves is kind of leaving the door open. But it doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? The grounded universe. Imagine that Gotham, like that Gotham, is related to this Peacemaker. What are we doing? That doesn't really. You know what I mean? Like the grounded nature of it. It's almost like an old timey Batman universe too. Like the way the city is. It's very almost like. It's like back in time, but not. It's retrofuturism, but it's really not. It's a strange
I think
city
it could
in that
work,
way.
and I think the contrast would be awesome to see. Like I again, just the contrast between that Gotham and how nice Metropolis is, and how like bright and like from the Suicide Squad to Peacemaker to Creature Commandos to Superman. Although they're totally not all the same, but it is bright and colorful. And then you put that next to the Batman universe where it's like dark, gray, gritty. I think that contrast would work incredibly well together. I'd be so curious to see how they would do that. And I think an easy way to go about this is you continue doing the Batman movies, but then you have like the Batman Brave and the Bold. And all you do is you pretend that Robert Pattinson's 10 years into the future. And then it's like, 10 years later. So you have like essentially these prequel movies going on of the Bat Reeves Batman movies. And then you have like a more grizzled, older Batman, again, still played by Robert Pattinson.
He's
almost
not
going
big
parallel
enough,
to that.
Isn't he also just a small stature Batman in comparison? He's the smallest Batman other than Michael Keaton. I don't, that's the one thing. Like he's a very detective Batman. He's got the gadgets, he's got the smarts, but he's not, I don't know. I don't buy. There's something about it. It's like he's going to run the Justice League. There's this element of the way that James Gunn's universe is running. It seems like it's just so wacky in every way. Yeah, I guess if you skip into the future and there's no metahumans, I guess yet there's just like nobody. There is no supernatural aspect of the Batman movie. Nothing. That's the thing. Like think about how metahuman based Superman is just on its own. The Suicide Squad movie, which is half canon, half not, or whatever. Yeah, like that is also crazy. The crazy wacky shit is going on. I don't buy that they work together tonally. They're so far off. But is there also the question of, does Robert Pattinson just show up and we're not pretending that he's the same universe, that it's just Robert Pattinson in a different universe as the Batman in this Brave and the Bold, as in they're not related? But that's more confusing than Henry Cavill. I'd rather see Henry Cavill. That would be really, really cool. I think Henry Cavill is kind of perfect, actually. And I don't know why I didn't see that before, but I guess because he was Batman. He was Superman, but because it's a pretty good role to get if you're Henry Cavill and you lost the role of Superman. I don't know if he cares that much. Maybe he just likes Superman, though. I don't know if he would want it. I would want it. That damn. Yeah. It'd be so cool. I'd rather have Batman than Superman, personally. His Superman is so dark as well. I feel like he fit right in as Batman. And he's older than Pattinson, right?
I imagine, yeah.
I don't actually know.
Pretty confident in that, yeah.
How old is, which makes sense for Brave and the Bold because he's gonna have a son. That's what
he's 42 years old. Robert Pattinson. Okay.
Oh, I should have given you one, and I should have taken the other. I looked at Henry Cavill.
39, so they're fairly similar in age.
Okay,
3 years apart.
So it's not really that. Okay, cool. Yeah. But yeah, they're just different. There's like the goth aspect of him. He's a loner, but you're right. If you skip 10 years in the future, it's interesting. Would you want that though? I guess there's a question of, could it happen? And then there's do you want it? Like, could it happen? Yeah, I guess I agree with you. It could theoretically happen in the way you described it. 10 years in the future, good idea. That's smart. But like, do you want it? I kind of don't want it because I think the tonal shift is too much for me. And I kind of like the gritty nature of the grounded nature of Reeves-averse, like the Matt Reeves Batman universe. I think it's really cool to have a Gotham.
Yeah,
it's just a Gotham. It's just sitting in this world. The Penguin is potentially gearing up for season 2. Like, do we really want to have a meta-human in this as well? Like, maybe you'll have Mr. Freeze and the Batman.
Mr. Freeze.
Have Batman too. And he's kind of meta-human-esque, I guess, if anyone is. I guess Man-Bat is probably the closest meta to a meta-human in the Batman Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
But do you want it? Do you think this is good? Does Adrian want it?
I wouldn't. Yeah, again, I guess so. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I really like Robert Pattinson's Batman. I just think from just a purely like contrast point of view, it would be super intriguing to how, like, I'd be intrigued to see how they could make it work. Because, like, in my personal opinion, I think if they do the Batman 2, it's a very likely that's probably going to be the Batman movie that we're going to get.
You don't think it'll be a trilogy, really?
I'm worried if they do end up having two Batman. Like 2 live action Batman is what I'm trying to say. I think it might just be a little bit too, yeah. And I think it might just be a little bit confusing.
Off, though. I don't know. That's a good point, though. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. On a marketing beat perspective.
So if I'm thinking of, it's either Robert Pattinson joins the DCU and he's a part of it, or we don't get any more of Robert Pattinson as the Batman. I would rather him just join the DCU. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Okay. That's fair. Okay. Anyways. I love Batman as a character. I'd love to see another actor again. I love Robert Pattinson. I think he did a good job with the Batman, but I don't know. It's interesting if they're going to do another show for the Penguin, and if it goes after the Batman airs, like premieres in theaters, like then there's not going to be any Batman after the Penguin show in your universe. That seems weird. But The Brave and the Bold is so different as a take, too, because it's such a different aspect of Batman. And if it shows Gotham in a different light, you're right, though, on a marketing perspective, that's the problem. It's not about how different it is. It doesn't matter because people won't differentiate it. The question is, I guess, if there's 2 years apart between Batman movies, though, between the Batman 2 and Batman Brave and the Bold, which is probably what's going to happen anyway, then maybe it doesn't matter. Because they're not even filming. I don't think they're even ready to go with Brave and the Bold.
I don't even know if they have
I'm into Batman so much that I don't care. He's my favorite character. That's why the Lego Batman thing is the most interesting Lego thing that I've seen in a while. But anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Cool,
awesome.
man. Before we continue. Trailers in this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I'm done with trailers. I just got to run to the bathroom quick.
Oh, go. Cool. Enjoy.
Cool.
Enjoy it.
I'm back. It's me.
All right, welcome back, sir. It is time now to move on to the montage, a sequence of our show in which I briefly present 7 of the bi-week's smaller news stories as Adrian delivers a brisk verdict. Number 1, as announced at the One Piece celebration in Tokyo, the One Piece live-action TV series adaptation has been renewed for Season 3 ahead of the 2026 release of the currently in production Season 2.
Awesome, dude. I really liked Season 1. I'm excited for Season 2.
Number 2, as weapons director Zach Cregger recently told publication Inverse, his Resident Evil movie will not be a retelling of the game's story or Leon's story, but a love letter to the games with different characters.
I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool with that. We already got a Resident Evil movie a couple years ago that followed the first 2 games. Immaculate movie.
Oh, no. Number 3, according to a now deleted Ubisoft blog post, Always Sunny in Philadelphia producer and star Rob Mack is developing an adaptation of Ubisoft action video game franchise Far Cry. As previously published on the site, the series was set to be an anthology series with Alien Earth showrunner and Fargo showrunner Noah Hawley hired on as showrunner for this new Far Cry iteration.
That seems super cool, honestly. I feel like there's so many options and things that you can do with a Far Cry, set piece. It's ultimately just a marketing tool using that name, but I'd be cool with something like this.
Neat indeed. Number 4, as reported by publication Deadline, author Barry Eisler's John Rain novels are being developed into a TV series at Apple TV+. The John Rain espionage novels follow an assassin who makes his victims look as though they've been killed by natural causes.
Look where, Simon? Where does he make his victims look, dude?
I was going to edit that part out. You got me. Number 5. As announced by The Boys showrunner Eric Kripke on social media, The Boys' 5th and final season has wrapped production. In other related news and also announced on social media, The Boys' Vought Rising is set to begin production this month.
Cool.
Okay. Great insight. Number 6, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Wonder Woman 1984 actor Kristen Wiig has been cast as I love the deep cut roles. She's pretty prominent in that. Anyway, has been cast as Roboto in the upcoming Masters of the Universe film from Amazon. The movie is set to release in theaters on June 5th, 2026.
Oh, crazy, dude. That's nuts. She's playing Mr. Roboto from that Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto?
No.
That's different?
Masters of the Universe. You know He-Man?
He-Man?
Are you excited for this?
I never watched He-Man.
Okay.
But I never watched He-Man.
Or play with the toys. The action figures were big.
Never played with the toys. Never played with the toys. I like the meme. You know, the meme with the rainbow He-Man. It's like, man. That's the
Well, there's
song.
that music video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? With the 4 non-blondes or whatever? The 3 non-blondes? How many
it's 4
non-blondes are there?
There's 4
right,
of them. Yeah, there's 4 non-blondes.
Excellent. Number 7, has teased by publication The Hollywood Reporter and teased by actor Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool is set to appear in the upcoming Avengers team-up film, Avengers Doomsday.
That's awesome. This is exciting because, again, contrast. How is he going to play off? And I really hope they incorporate beeps into the movies, like bleeps. Like when he's like, he's going to be swearing and then it's going to be bleeped out and he's going to break the fourth wall and be like, dude, what the fuck? They're like, what the bleep? Or they give him the one fuck. And he's aware of it. He's like, I know I can only say the F word once, so I'm saving it for a certain part in the movie, but then someone else comes in and says the F-bomb instead of him and then he gets mad. I feel like that's a good bit. It's a good joke. I wrote it. Use it.
That's a good guess. I bet you that'll happen. That's a good take. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, a bonus number 8. As Variety reports, Severance star Tromel Tillman has been cast in Sony's upcoming Tom Holland Spidey film, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
That's amazing. I wonder if he's going to play Miles Morales.
Jesus. Is that slightly racist?
I don't know. Is it?
Wait. No, that's well. It's weird that he's announced. Maybe he could play the cop Morales.
Yes,
have they had? What's his name? His first name Morales. But that is actually a thought. But I feel like it is also kind of racist because why can't we have another black character? Like, it has to be the prominent ones. You know, whatever. Anyway, bonus number 9, as reported by Deadline. Kick-ass. What am I saying? I'm speaking words really weirdly. Kick-ass actor Nicolas Cage, and a kick-ass actor Nicolas Cage, is in talks to star in season 5 of True Detective on HBO.
Oh, I gotta watch True Detective. I feel like I would love it. Why haven't I watched this? And by the way, he was only in Kick-Ass 2. No, I'm lying to you. I'm thinking of Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, you should watch it. It's the first season, especially in particular, is really great. And that concludes the montage. Oh my goodness, that was a bit of a mess of the montage. But it's all good. I also wrote this out of order, I guess, because I should have put the reviews after the montage in the document. Anyway, sorry to throw you for a loop if I did. But we're on to the reviews, the things we've been watching, Adrian. It's time now to talk about the things we've been watching this bye week. So, what did you watch this?
Okay, Simon.
Period.
I mean, there's a couple things that both of us watched. I guess we'll save that for later.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
let's do it. You give me your things you watched alone, and then I'll give you my things I watched alone, and then you will give me your things that we watched together, and we will discuss them.
Okay, cool, man. So there's 2 things that I watched actually with my fiance. One that I've already watched in the past, and one that I have not watched in the past, but she's watched in the past. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the first one is a movie that she recommended. It's called Sleeping with Other People. It stars Jason Sudeikis and Alison Brie. It's kind of like a rom-com. It's pretty funny. It's essentially about like Alison Brie and Jason Sudeikis. They kind of like meet in college because Alison Brie's like being crazy in his dorm and she's trying to bang Mark from Severance, but it's not Mark. He plays a different guy.
Adam Scott,
yeah.
Was that you fishing, or you knew his name and you didn't want to?
I was seeing if you were paying attention. Son. And you know, she like shows up at the dorm room. That's kind of like the setup of the movie. And then they, you know, like she's getting kicked out of the dorm, and then Jason Sudeikis is like, oh, actually, she's here for me, blah 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 blah. And then they end up losing their virginity, and then they never see each other for like a decade. And they meet up again at a sex addict like meeting, like an Alcoholics Anonymous, but for sex addicts, right?
I feel like you missed part of the story. They lost their virginity to each other.
Yeah.
Who describes them like that?
How should I describe it?
Did I miss a line that you said, or they had sex?
Yeah, they both lost their virginity at the same time with one another. Yeah.
You didn't say to one another though. It could have been with someone else. Anyway, I don't know. When you listen to it back, maybe I'm crazy or you're crazy. One of those. But I get it now. I get it. Crazy. I'm just trying to make it clear. I'm trying to understand. That's all I'm trying to do. Make it clear for me. That's all I care about. But continue.
Okay, cool. So yeah, and that's kind of the setup of the movie. You know, Jason Sudeikis kind of like a sleaze bag. He can't hold down a relationship. He's just banging women, yada yada yada. And Alison Brie is obsessed with Adam Scott since college, and he's kind of like, essentially, not necessarily like taking advantage of her, but like, kind of just like she's his side piece. Long story short, while he's like, in a relationship with other people, but like, and Alison Brie, she's like dating other people, but she like cheats on them with Adam Scott's character consistently, and. That's kind of the setup of the movie. And then Jason Sudeikis and Alison Brie meet up again. And it's about them kind of being like, hey, we both have bad relationships with like, the other gender. Like, you're obsessed with Adam Scott. I can't hold down a relationship. Let's be friends and kind of figure our shit out. And that's kind of the, how the movie plays out from there. And, like the one thing I want to give this movie credit for is that although it's a rom-com, it doesn't necessarily follow the same like rom-com formula in the sense of like, oh, like, will they, won't they? They have a huge fight and then they get back together at the end. It doesn't follow it like that. I do really like Jason Sudeikis and Alison Brie's chemistry in the movie. I think they play off each other very well. And it's cool to see these like two kind of shitty people in a weird way trying to make themselves better and using, working together to, be better people, for lack of a better term, to like their future partner. And yeah, like I think there's a lot of good in this movie. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's like the best rom-com movie. I don't think it's the funniest movie ever, but it's, it's worth a watch. It is very sexual. There's like some very like pretty like deep sex scenes in it where I'm like, oh, it almost feels out of place in the movie, although it's about sex and like, them trying to figure out their sex lives. But like there's like these specific scenes where it's almost like a hard stop, where it almost like it feels like softcore porn in a weird way, where I'm like, oh my God. They have Alison Brie in like very seductive outfits, like throughout.
Is it a softcore porn as like the Peacemaker season 2 scene?
Yeah, kind of actually. Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Wait, not to that extent. Is this
crazy as that? Okay.
No. But there is a lot of that like kind of going on. And I feel like the movie would have honestly been better if they kind of toned down the over the top like sexual nature of it. I feel like it's almost unnecessary. And like there are some sex scenes that just go on for too long where it's like, this is weird. Like, why am I watching from beginning to completion like multiple times in this movie? It's like it's kind of pointless. And I guess it's just a way to bring viewers in because I guess sex sells. But in my opinion, it's a little bit vulgar for an otherwise pretty pretty, good movie, and it's like kind of heartfelt and funny. And then it's just like all of a sudden it's like a very like intense sex scene. I'm like, whoa, man, this is like 50 Shades of Grey all of a sudden, dude. Like what's happening? But yeah, all in all, enjoyable. Again, great cast. I think again, Alison Brie. I love Alison Brie as an actress. Like one of my big celebrity crushes. I really got to watch Together still. I'm kind of annoyed. I don't think it's in theaters anymore. Maybe at Princess. But yeah, like it's a fun watch. I'd recommend it if you're in the mood for like a nice little rom-com. Spend a little bit of time plus a couple of like very intense sex scenes. Simon, you should give it a look.
So this movie is directed by Leslie Headland, who is the showrunner for Star Wars: The Acolyte.
Oh,
Fun
really?
fact. Yeah.
Damn. I had no idea. Are there sex scenes in Star Wars: The Acolyte?
There are not.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay.
She's also the showrunner for Russian Doll, which is quite well regarded.
Yeah, I have heard good things. Natasha Lyonne's in this movie as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Who stars in Russian Doll? I guess I should make that connection.
Yes.
For the average Joe.
Yeah, good.
Well, cool.
Done.
So that's one of the things I watched. Actually, another movie, I didn't even mention this. This is a movie that both me and my fiance haven't seen before, but I think I brought it up. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, yeah.
It's that Netflix original, like animated movie. Right. It's pretty good, actually. It's actually really good. There's a couple of
bangers
bangers
in it. That's a Sony
in
movie, right?
It is indeed a Sony movie. Very, very great animation style. I think these like Sony animated movies are pretty great. Like I think about like Mitchell's versus the Machines, prime example. Obviously the Spider-Verse movies. Yeah, also Netflix. The Spider-Verse movies look phenomenal. This movie, the animation style again looks really cool. I'm obviously not the target demographic for this movie, so I got like I'm gonna point that out. Like I'm not into K-pop, and like this is I think made for like a younger woman audience, like kids essentially.
Yeah,
but it doesn't take away from it just being like a really good kids movie. There's some cool action scenes. A good like what's the word I'm looking for? Like message, I guess. There's like a good message to like young women within the movie. It's quite funny. Ken Jeong's also in it. He plays like the agent for the K-pop group that we're following, and I just really like Ken Jeong. I'm just gonna start listing off all the Community actors actually in all the things I've watched.
Yeah, that's the only actors you mentioned.
Yeah,
are actors from Community.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. I obviously wouldn't recommend it to you. I don't think this is for you, but it is a good watch. And again, a couple of those songs in that movie, genuine bangers. Bangers.
Good.
I really enjoyed it.
I mean, Netflix is canceled for me right now, so there's no way I'm watching it right now anyway.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, Simon. Fair enough. And the third and final thing, apart from the things that me and you both watched independently of one another and one together with one another, is me and my fiance just wrapped up season 1 of Stranger Things. She's never seen it before. This was a rewatch for me, the second time I watched a show. And man, Stranger Things is a special goddamn show. We talk about like Netflix not necessarily hitting, quality
that
consistently.
One they hit the nail on the head,
100%.
Ball out of the park for sure.
Yeah. One interesting, actually, this is a good opportunity to bring it up because you actually didn't mention this in the story. The Duffer Brothers, who created Stranger Things, they're moving from Netflix over to Paramount. I don't know if you heard this. So they signed a deal with, I think it's Paramount. I'm pretty confident it's Paramount, to produce content for Paramount moving forward. They're still working with their Netflix partners for all Stranger Things related projects, but they are now like making a deal with Paramount to create content exclusively for Paramount. So that's actually one thing that we didn't even bring up in the story, in the stories that we discussed today.
In the news.
Yeah. But yeah, Stranger Things, man. We binge watched the first season. It's so good, dude. The cast of characters. It's cool to see like all these kids. It's kind of funny to like see them now. Like Millie Bobby Brown is married and is adopting a child or some shit. and like she's a kid in the show. So it's funny to see like how much they've grown over the years. But I think like David Harbour in the show is he's cool. He just like oozes
So
cool. This like gruff.
That's
like,
where he like hit it big, I guess, right? Because he wasn't
100%.
that.
Yeah.
Like he was acting around, but he's not. He was never as big as after that show. And good for him because he's so great. I just love him and everything. Honestly,
yeah,
he's really great.
He is really great, and obviously Winona Ryder's phenomenal. But like the first season is masterful because it's telling essentially 3 stories that intersect like later on in the season, and it's cool because like you're watching it. And it doesn't do the frustrating thing of like once how can I word this? The people believe each other. And you don't have to go through the loop of like, oh my God, like, oh, this like, oh, is she crazy? Yada yada yada. Again, I'm kind of explaining this poorly.
They cut to the chase.
Yeah, they cut to the chase, and it's like a tight 8 episodes that is like this mystery unfolding in front of you.
It's also dark, if I remember correctly, like in a way that
dark.
is really, really great. And there's not a lot of like hand holding. It is a horror in some aspects, certainly, even though there's kids in it, which is, again, there's like that. I had that criticism of Skeleton Crew, how like Stranger Things is kind of like an Amblin movie, like an E.T. or, you know what I mean? And so I don't think that Skeleton Crew in contrast nailed it. Whereas Stranger Things does, and it's more frightening than E.T. And certainly, I guess they're going for a darker tone too, but it's really good. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't remember the 3 intersections. I do vaguely the intersecting stories, but that's what the last season does really well. The intersecting stories, which is really exciting to remember. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to keep on watching this. Yeah, I really loved it. I don't know why. Like every time I think about Stranger Things, I'm like, yeah, it's really good, but it's like. It's not like amazing. And then, me just kind of rewatching this first season. I'm like, no, man, this was actually special. Like, I remember where I was when I started watching the first episode. I was in my like old, not the house that I moved into back in like Maryhill, but like my house that I grew up in for high school. And I remember watching the first episode. I think it was like Halloween or something. Because I remember kids coming to the door and it kind of just fits. Brilliant show, man. Brilliant show. I do remember not loving season 2 as much, but again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I think it's the worst one.
Yeah.
Season 3 is really good again. And then season 4, I think, is maybe their best work. But I don't remember. I didn't at that point. I didn't remember season 1 as much. So maybe again, watching it all together, you're gonna have a different perspective, which will be cool to see. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I love that show. It's great, and I'm glad that I'm rewatching it. It's nice to have like comfort food, man. I mentioned like I'm super
Popcorn
excited
TV.
to watch. Yeah, popcorn TV.
Yeah.
And there's a level of comfort when you're rewatching something where it's like you're remembering things like, oh, I kind of forgot about that. But then there's this. Why do you point behind you?
Well, Dawn is watching Buffy for the second time all the way through, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I think it's just funny because that's exactly what she does all the time. And she's seen The Office so many times over again because it's right. It's comfort food. Yeah. Yeah. That's the best way to describe it. It's comfort TV.
Yeah. So, I'm excited to keep watching this and kind of go through it. I'm definitely going to we're going to binge through the first 4 seasons far before the most, season 5 comes out, but I don't know. I don't really mind. Take a little break and then hop into season 5 once that comes out. But I did mention, I am very excited for Alien Earth and I do want to watch it, but it's like, that's also, I only have the Disney Plus basic and there's ads. And again, as I mentioned earlier, like I don't necessarily want to watch this show with an advertisement every like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Just wait.
Yeah. So I'm just going to upgrade to like proper Disney Plus. Once it's done, I'm going to binge it. I'm very stoked for this. By all accounts, it's really great.
Timothy Oliphant with bleached eyebrows. It's very exciting.
Yeah, there's
Timothy
a lot.
Oliphant. I think he's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm worried about spoilers because again, I'm still seeing some things pop up on my feed and I'm kind of scrolling away.
Yeah.
So, but I am stoked for that show. I'm excited to jump into it. The one thing that I wanted to touch on though about ads, at least with Disney Plus, where they put the ads, they make sense. Like it feels like I feel like the people at Disney, I don't know, maybe they have an algorithm, but it feels like it's curated to be like, okay, cool. There's like a scene break. So we're going to put an ad here.
Yeah, it's good.
Talking about Crave Basic. I have Crave Basic. they just throw ads in the middle of a conversation. And I guess that can lead us into Peacemaker eventually. Well, actually, no, you tell your piece. You tell your piece.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
But actually, talking about Alien Earth for 1 second, I didn't watch it, but I just want to say, like, Noah Hawley is really good at this type of thing, I think. Like, just taking an IP and making it, like, just sing. I think he did a good... I didn't watch it, and I really intended to, but they kind of canceled it. The X-Men... Did you end up watching that X-Men
I watched the first season, Legion.
You liked it, right? It's good.
I really liked the first season, yeah.
Fargo is excellent. I cannot stress this enough. I love it so much, and I'm again. It's funny. I watched all 3 seasons, and I stopped at season 4, and I think it's on Crave now, so I can watch season 4, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Well. But Alien Earth is reviewed really well. Wasn't it like 100% or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes? It's like really high, right? Or
it's
no,
like
it was
80
lower
something or 90 something.
Oh, 80. Okay.
80, 90.
Yeah, it's high. It's high though, which is awesome. I think he just nails it. He understands. He really works to understand. He does his homework to understand the IP that he's going to adapt. Fargo is like who would have thought that would have ever have worked? I think as a TV show. I think that I don't know. It's incredible that he made it work. And then we talk about Far Cry, which we just mentioned. That Far Cry is the perfect thing to make a TV show. I don't think there's anything more perfect. Fallout is a good example of something to make more perfect because of the same thing that Zach Cregger said, is that Resident Evil should not be Resident Evil again, the same retelling we did in the games. Because what are we gaining from that? Necessarily, we want to see a new story, a different story that kind of feeds off of that world. Because Resident Evil is kind of anthology-esque, like you would know better than I.
It
in
is.
some way.
Like,
it's a series because the characters carry over. But
yeah, there are sequels, but like again, like I feel like Resident Evil 7 is a prime example of kind of a soft reboot. It's in the universe, but new cast of characters, different type of zombie stuff going on, and like all the games, the ones that do, it's never like a direct sequel in the sense of like. It ends on a cliffhanger and then the next game picks up. Like there are big gaps between them. So it's like, you have Resident Evil 1 with Chris Redfield and them. And then like he shows back up in like Resident Evil 5, but it's like many years later in a different country. Or Resident Evil like 2 with Leon and then Resident Evil 4 again with Leon, but again, many years later in a different country. And he's like older and more gruff. Like, so they're connected, but they're never direct sequels except for Resident Evil 7 and 8. Which like 8 is actually a direct sequel to 7, which is interesting. But again, 9, Resident Evil 9 seems to be like it's a new original character. She's, I think, a daughter of a character in one of the games, one of the spin-off games. And it is like a new story. Doesn't seem to have the characters from the previous games in it. Like the main cast. I'm sure they'll show up. But
I almost feel like Resident Evil, again, like most TV shows... Sorry, like most games should be made into a TV show. I think the Far Cry though, it did really well.
Yeah, it was very poorly reviewed.
Yeah, it made into a good TV show with somebody who's responsible and knows how to make a TV show and knows how to direct and write something that would make sense in the world. You never watched that TV show on Netflix, did you?
No, it was rated incredibly poorly, but I kind of want to watch it just because Lance Reddick is in it, and everyone says that he's the best part of that show. Like they're like,
he's very good in everything he's in.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But anyway, my point with that is Noah Hawley's obviously doing Far Cry, and I think Far Cry fits so well. Like the idea of this survival game, you just throw somebody on a tropical island and like you throw them in a harrowing situation where there's like basically abusive people that are crazy bullies. Just literally just abuse the protagonist in these Far Cry games, every single version of it. I think it's perfect because again, Far Cry is very much an anthology series, and if you change every season, which is what their plan is to do an anthology series for every season being different. I think it could be really, really great. Yeah. I'm curious what Rob Mack now, what his opinion is on Far Cry because I've never really seen him talk about video games at all. Have you seen him in an interview talk about video games? You probably see him more than me because of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah. Obviously, he made Mythic Quest, which is a love story, like a love letter, I should say, to video games in some way. But I've never seen him actually talk about playing them. And I found that odd, actually. I never
Mhm.
even realized that until maybe now. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him I don't really watch much of his interviews at all, to be fair. But
Yeah.
I've never seen him talk about it. But I mean, it seems like he has a passion for video games because, again, he created Mythic Quest. He's one of the creators on Mythic Quest.
Great news.
Yeah.
So Noah Hawley and Rob Mack, the Mythic Quest, and then the greatest adapter of random thing ever.
IP, yeah.
Name IP here. I think that combo could be magic in theory. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, I'm going to talk about what I watched.
Yeah, talk
long
about
run.
it.
All right. Few things. I just started watching Slow Horses season. I'm on season 4. I get confused because they blur together. Yes, season 4. I think season 3 is nominated, or is it season 4 nominated at the? I think it's season 4 nominated at these particular Emmys this year. But this season has Hugo Weaving in it, and I really like Hugo Weaving personally. I think he's great, and so this is a good season, like every other season of Slow Horses, because it's one of the best and most consistent shows on Apple TV. They're short. There's 6 episodes each. They're filmed all at once. They're actually filmed with 2 seasons back to back, but each season is filmed in such a way that it's almost filmed like a movie is filmed. So they film it and then they split it up at like basically smart spots within each episode. Sorry, within this. There's basically, I'm describing that horribly. They just split it up 6 times to make it a show, is essentially what I'm trying to say. They film it as a giant movie, like a 6-hour movie, and then split it up 6 times, which is cool. And they just find little cliffhangers to split it up with because it is week to week, because it is on Apple TV Plus. But it is a really great show. Gary Oldman's amazing in it. I recommend it. I cannot recommend it enough to the average watcher of TV. It's a comedy in some way. It's about a bunch of screw-ups working in like a part of MI5 where only the screw-ups work because they screwed up badly, but they didn't screw up enough to get fired. It's such a crazy thing, and Gary Oldman's in charge of these people, and they still continue to screw up in the episodes, and Gary Oldman's always eating something while explaining something, and his acting is impeccable as usual. It's good. It's really great. I love it. Anyway, and each season's really satisfying, and man, that's comfort food for me. It's like popcorn TV. It's weird because it is kind of deeper, but it's a really, really great character studies. Each actor is like going into this and they're character studies of these characters. I really like it. It's great. Anyway, the other thing I watched, and I must say it may be my favorite season of this entire show, is The Bear season 4. I legitimately think it's amazing. I cannot believe that it is reviewed so poorly in comparison to the other seasons. Not poorly in general, because it's still 80% of Rotten Tomatoes, but still, what on earth were people thinking? I don't understand. Season 3 is so much worse. So much worse. They don't get anywhere. Everyone's spinning their wheels the entire season in season 3, I find. And there's like good moments and good episodes, like that one episode following, what's her name now? Jeff. What's Jeff's name? I can't remember her name, but she's really great. In season 3, like that one episode that follows her journey.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You're looking at me like I'm crazy. Anyway,
yeah, I'm like, I don't know what you're like yelling.
Is that one?
You're saying Jeff. I'm like Jeff Winger, like the
no Jeff. She says Jeff. She's the one that joke comes from. Jeff,
yeah,
but I can't remember her name. Anyway,
oh my god,
she's great. She's great throughout all 4 seasons. But it's such a great ensemble cast in general. But season 4 is really good and very hopeful. You described it as like I think you said this. It's almost like Ted Lasso in some aspect. Like it is more positive, and I really appreciate that because like these characters need to go on a more positive journey. They need to kind of develop in a positive way, and that's why I feel like season 3 is the letdown a little bit, is because I feel like characters kind of regressed, if not just stayed still. Like they kind of stood in the same position. Whereas season 4, they really did move forward, especially Jeremy Allen White's character. I think that like Carmi really moved forward, and I think that's really cool. And there's a wedding episode I think is like remarkable. I think it's so good. It's so long. It's a very long episode as well, but there's a lot of like, it's a very relatable and grounded show too. And it's just, it feels like these are real people in a way that a lot of shows don't depict real people. I guess Ted Lasso tries to do this too in a way, and Shrinking, but they all have mental health issues in some aspect, like kind of we all do in some way, in some small way, you know what I mean? And they're all working through it. And I think we're all working through our own issues in some way. And I think they just do such a great job. The acting is so good. The writing is so good. It's something about the show, I feel like, and I am okay with it, but I wonder maybe that's why it was reviewed badly, is they take their time maybe a little bit too much with some of the scenes where the two characters are just having a dialogue between each other. The last episode is incredibly, very much a bottle episode, but I love
so
that
good.
episode.
Yeah.
I love it, but I think maybe it was criticized because it was too standing still-ish, esque.
Literally.
The people they're literally standing still. and that, but I don't think that's bad though. I think it's brilliant. I think the dialogue is brilliant. I think the way it's acted is brilliant. And it's just, they're working through it. It's just this aspect of everyone working through it. Yeah. If anything bothered me, it was, as I guess some of the choices, like one of the character made a choice that I think is a bit stupid, and I'm hoping that they maybe go back on it. That's the only thing I can say. Because I think that the angle, the way that the thing they chose, I think is maybe misguided, and I think that they might see
Sydney specifically, or
no, not Sydney.
Oh,
no, it's Carmi. Okay. But anyway.
Oh, okay, I understand.
There's an aspect there where it's like there's just a little bit of like you maybe you're like kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater in some aspect. But I just loved his performance the whole time, and I love the writing for his character the whole time. I just think it's great. Mm-hmm. And again, it's crazy how many cameos. You mentioned this a few episodes back of our podcast. You mentioned how many cameos there are in The Bear season 4, and how like it's crazy that they could just have all of these actors in it constantly, and there's always like a surprise, like Matt Damon in the freaking coffin or whatever. Oh man, I don't want to spoil that, I guess, if someone hasn't seen it, but you know what I'm talking about. There's that moment where Matt Damon wakes up and you're like, oh well, that's Matt Damon in a particular movie. And you're like, what? Why is Matt Damon in this? It's just crazy. I won't say what movie that is, but it's really cool. So I really love it. I don't know if it's my favorite one. I think season 2 is really, really strong. I think season 1 was amazing. And then they had a budget that they didn't have with season 1, it looked like. And then they just took what season 1 was and amplified. It's like, just let's amplify this because it's amazing. And then season 3 was a bit of a letdown, but it's still really good. And then season 4 is, if not the best season, is the second best season of the series. And I'm very excited for season 5. Wow. Christopher Storer, what a showrunner, let me say. What a director. Great job, which is so good. Again, got me funny. I finished Death Stranding 2, same day I finished The Bear. I had a bad day that day at the end of the night. I was like, man, this is I'm not feeling super well on a mental perspective. I already have anxiety. I'm like, this is, Anyway, so I was really sad at the end of that. Very emotional journeys for both of those properties. Great job for both. Hideo Kojima, Christopher Storer, good job. Anyway, I really liked it. The Bear season 4, excellent. Can't stress enough. Don't know what the hell the reviewers are talking about. I didn't read the reviews, but I don't understand how it's at 83 or 84%. But anyway.
Yeah, it's absurd that people, like, the reviews say that that's the worst season, because it is objectively not objectively
right.
Like, yeah,
I don't know. It's very strange. I think that maybe they thought it was like a little bit too full of itself because it holds on certain scenes for too long. But I just don't agree. I just think that I think that they told the story they wanted to tell. But yeah, it's 84% right now. It's 89% for season 3, and then 99% for season 2, which I think is warranted. I think it should have been another 99 personally for season 4.
I agree.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, cool. That's all I watched, apart from what you and I watched together. So let's just jump into it. Which one do you want to do first? Superhero fare or dark, weird horror movie?
Let's just talk about Peacemaker, because that's only one episode. We can kind of get through it relatively quick. So I mentioned earlier in the episode that, I really liked this episode, but there was, things that I didn't love about it. Yeah. And the thing that I didn't love about this episode, Simon, isn't the episode itself. It's the previously in the DCU, because James Gunn specifically said, I'm going to do a recap, like previously on in the DCU, to have viewers understand what occurred before in this universe.
That's relevant to the show.
Sure, that's relevant to the show. But they did not touch on what happened in the Suicide Squad, which might kind of be, which is in the universe, but not fully. They didn't touch on Creature Commandos at all, which there is a connection because of a specific character from Creature Commandos being in this. They didn't touch on. Is it relevant
to the story in this first episode, though?
I don't know, maybe. I guess not exactly, but again, there's still his connections, and then there's also No reference to what happened in Superman. The previously in the DCU is literally just what happened last season in Peacemaker. And in there, I'm not against it. There is a big retcon that they include in the previously on, which I liked to essentially be like, hey, remember that one scene that kind of fits into the DCEU? We just changed this one scene to make it work for this universe. And I do
but
like
only
that
in this,
they added that.
only in this recap and not in the actual thing.
Yeah. Not. I don't think they redid the first. They
didn't change it on Crave because I went back and checked.
Oh, did you? That's interesting.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait. Because they don't show the whole scene. They're showing a snippet of the scene as if it happened this way.
Yeah.
And the character's like, the Justice Gang. I'm like, nah, she didn't say the Justice Gang. She said the Justice League.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I don't know, whatever.
So I didn't like the recap because essentially all it did is it was a recap of the previous season, not the entire DCU, which is like, okay, whatever, it's fine. But again, I do like the retcon just built into it. So you can kind of, okay, cool, I'm in it. And the other thing sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, in the defense of the situation of the actual previously on the DCU, I think you're right in the sense that I feel like they don't explain Rick Flag Sr. And
they don't.
That's a mistake.
He's
in the trailer. That's why I'm saying his name. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But Rick Flag Sr. is not explained. He's not explained really in Superman either. But I think the idea here is, here's what I think. I think that they don't want to explain anything that they can spoil when they don't need to spoil it, because they're going to explain it in the show itself. So why explain it when you're going to explain it? Because Rick Flag Sr. explains who he is in the trailer for Peacemaker Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you don't need to explain it here.
Yeah.
And the Suicide Squad, you don't need anything from the Suicide Squad for this, because we already watched Peacemaker Season 1, and that leads into, obviously,
fair enough.
The Suicide Squad is already in. It's already related, because Corso Maltese, or wherever they went, that's referenced many times in Peacemaker Season 1, which I think he did do a previously on for Season 2. So he already kind of bridged that. So you don't bridge it now because it's too late. So he'll bridge it later, though. He will probably bridge scenes from the Suicide Squad when it's relevant to Rick Flag Sr. as an example, or various other characters that were related to the Suicide Squad. I think he might just keep doing previously on the DCU as the season goes on, because he's just going to keep doing it before the episodes anyway. Because that's kind of the idea. And he'll make I find that some shows spoil themselves by kind of explaining, hey, by the way, this character you haven't thought about for the last 2 seasons, we're going to show you a scene from them for some reason. And you're going to be like, wait a second, why are you showing me a scene with that character? And then it just so happens that that particular character in that episode you're about to watch. So I feel like that might be what the plan is, but we'll see. It remains to be seen, obviously, because only episode 1 is aired.
It is interesting. But then they also reference some events that happen in Superman as well in the show. And obviously characters show up from Superman.
That's where I agree with you.
Yeah, where I was like, oh. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you could have added.
There's no scenes from Superman. And what are you doing there? Because you did use characters from Superman in this. I agree with. The Rick Flag thing I don't, but that for sure, 100%. Well, what the heck? You said you were going to do that, and then the only thing you have in the DCU that's really substantial, the movie, you didn't kind of reference the characters that are in the trailer again for Peacemaker Season 2, and you know that they're going to be in it. So it feels like a miss a little bit there, but how do you introduce them in the previously on? I don't even know what you do to show them. Were they in it at all? They kind of were, because there's an element of it.
The retcon, but the
retcon helped to talk about these characters. Yeah, I don't know, because I didn't not watch Superman. So like, if I didn't watch Superman, maybe I would have been like, oh yeah, I don't understand who these people are. Or maybe I would have been like, you know what? I had just enough information based on the retcon clip that I would have known. I don't know. Honest to God. That's a good question, though. I don't know. I think it's hard to... I wonder how James Gunn does that. Does he hire a person who's not seen Superman or has seen this stuff before and said, watch this. Do you understand what's happening? After watching Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1 and having seen that clip, do you get it? And they're like, yes. Because, I mean, how else would you do it? Because you're so biased. You're so close to this. What are you going to do? So I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not sure. But we are obviously watching all of it. So for us, it doesn't matter. But on a marketing perspective, I would argue that the idea, that advertisement, James Gunn said, of doing that, of previously on the DCU, would be helpful for the marketing of the overall, like the overall universe. I would agree that he was right on that. But I feel like maybe he needs to do a little bit of a better refinement of that format of previously on the DCU. Like maybe put a little more in there, but I think he also didn't want to spoil it. So he's like kind of balancing. He's like on a tightrope.
You're walking on a fine line because it's just, I mean, Superman, again, we talked about it earlier. It came out a month ago, like a month and a week ago. It's like, you're going to, but again, like you don't necessarily have to spoil that movie. I don't know, because they reference what happens in that movie in this episode. Like, and kind of discuss. Yeah,
and they don't talk about it. You're right. They don't. They reference it, but they don't talk about about dimensional situation because they're doing some interdimensional weird things in this. And they didn't go into that. You're right. They should have said, here is what happened in Superman, interdimensional, whatever this is happening. And also, and then somebody says, it's like a clip from Superman where it's just like, the Justice Gang. And then it just shows the clip of the various characters, like whatever. They're just in the scenes that they're in. You know what I mean? And it just shows them flying around. And then you kind of understand who they are. That would have helped. Yeah. I think they could do better. It was too 100%. Short. You could have added another 20 seconds to that and it would have been better. But again, we're biased. But you are seeing through it. So maybe, I don't know how biased we are. Because, it's cool. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the only criticism you have of Peacemaker season 2, episode 1. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool,
I really liked it. Apart from that, I think I love seeing John Cena kind of play this character. I think, Jennifer Holland, I think the entire cast of the show is really cool. And I love it's funny because I was talking about how I didn't like how vulgar sleeping with other people were in like specific scenes, but there's something fun about the vulgarity in Peacemaker, and it works with this character. They've set the tone, and it's like like the vulgarity is within the tone that they've set in this show. So I'm cool with it. And I really like where this first episode ends as well, and like kind of like, oh, where is this gonna go? I think they can do a lot of really cool stuff. I really, really like this first episode though. But again, there's one other thing I didn't like about it, and it's not because of it. I alluded to this. At least Disney Plus, they went on the basics. They put ads at a specific part on Crave. Again, mid conversation, John Cena is halfway through a sentence. Boom, ad, and then it cuts back, and he finishes his sentence. And I'm like, come on, man. I
just bought the one with ads. I had premium for The Last of Us, and so I canceled premium and went back to ads. Oh no.
Yeah. But for
next week,
I get Crave Basic for free included in my phone plan and my like internet package and stuff. Yeah. So it's like, it's one thing if I was paying $15, I'll pay the extra $5. But for me, it's $20. It's like $22. It's like, do I just deal with the ads and save my $22 a month for this one show that I'm going to watch, 4 episodes a month on? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Yeah. If there was an upgrade option where it's like pay an extra $5 and get the premium version, I would do that. But it's like $22. No, I'm not going to. But yeah, I really like this first episode. I thought it was great. My fiance was like, because she's not into the DCU, like she hasn't watched any of this. She hasn't seen Peacemaker. She hasn't seen the Suicide Squad. And I was watching it on the TV as she was getting ready because we visited a friend today. And she literally like came down and like was like looking at the TV and she's like, oh, like I didn't realize like this show was so vulgar. Like she was but like she was laughing because there's a couple of good jokes sprinkled through. And she's like, oh, like I didn't realize this is the Peacemaker show. Like, yeah. It's like, I had no idea. And she's like, was Superman like this? I'm like, no. Like, what? Superman was very different.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. Because, like, I was like, because I specifically said, I was like, yeah, this is the same universe as the new Superman movie. And she's like, was Superman like this? And I was like, no. Right. Like, it's. So, yeah, there is that going for it.
Isn't that crazy, though? He, like, starts his universe off with, like, 2 pretty vulgar shows. Mm-hmm. And then he's got Superman wedged in between them. And he's kind of really hyped up about Peacemaker because I think he said it was the best thing he's ever made. So he's really hyping it up constantly, which is funny because, again, it's so Yeah, crass. It's quite.
It is. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm also
There's clearly. Sorry.
no.
Go on.
Continue.
There's clear. You mentioned like you don't know. You're kind of seeing where they're going to go with this. I feel like there's clearly an inciting incident in this episode. It really sets up the whole season. I think that's really cool, and I think he did the same thing with Superman, and it was really good. Like he created like this right in the beginning of Superman and right in the beginning of this Peacemaker season. He created like you can see where things might go. You can't predict it, but you understand like, oh, I see. Like there is some serious conflict that's going to happen based on this incident that's happened in both things, like right away. Like he basically waited in no time before he jumped into that. Mm-hmm. I have kind of predictions. I think I have an idea of where they're going to go with some of the storylines with like the family relationship that Chris has. Mm-hmm. I have this idea. I think I want to spoil it here, so I'm not going to say it, but it would be interesting to see where it goes. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a bit too much for me. It's at moments in this episode, but not that much. I don't care that much. I'm pretty open. I don't really care that much. But like you mentioned about the vulgarity in that sleeping with other people show. I don't know. I've kind of really I have a really high tolerance. It's like Sausage Party. You really didn't like Sausage Party. I remember like you were really pissed off after watching that movie, like the animated movie, like the Seth Rogen. He directed that, right? Or he
at least started in it. He may have directed in it. That show, they have a show of that, and there's 2 seasons of it, and he's in that show, and Michael Cera's in that show. It's on Amazon. Anyways, not
crazy.
To go aside.
But I like the movie enough, but I don't know. I have a high tolerance typically, but yeah, you're right though. Tonally, it fits. It fits within the world that James Gunn built, and I have to say, like based on this maybe it's this episode, but maybe I must have realized it was season 1. I feel like this is the closest to Super that James Gunn has ever gotten. Mm-hmm. Like Super is like really a lot like this because there's like this discount hero aspect of it, and it's just there's just like so much violence, and it's just like these people could technically really die at any time because they're just really humans. There's nothing that special about them from a meta perspective, like a meta human, like protected perspective. Like the main characters in this show, same with Super. And I don't know. You ever watch Super? Did you ever see that movie?
No. We talked about this. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's cool. It's just like so wacky though. This is so off the beaten path from like a mainstream kind of thing. You know what I mean? There's nothing quite like this on TV. It's so wacky and crazy, and I find it hilarious. These advertising like, watch this after Superman. Go watch this. I don't think this is for everyone. Personally, I imagine that it wouldn't be like. Considering how the first like half an hour starts, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But yeah, it's good.
You can show Superman to a kid. You can't show Peacemaker to a child.
No, you can't. More so in this first episode than I feel like the entirety of season 1. From what I remember.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I just think there are some really
nudity.
There's some really adult stuff in season 1.
Yeah.
But this was a lot. This was like HBO Game of Thrones level.
Almost
or The Boys actually. This is The Boys actually. That's actually it's very similar to The Boys in some way. Mm-hmm. In every season, there's some crazy thing in The Boys, like something that's just so insane. You're like, why did you have to go there? Now, Boys is crazier. Actually, come to think of it, pretty much all of the scenes, the crazy one scene per season scenes in the Boys are probably crazier than everything in Peacemaker this has had. But anyway, yeah. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm excited to keep watching this week to week. This is going to be like my week to week show that I'm going to watch on my own, sort of thing. Cool. Without my fiance, because typically I like week to week with some things like it, because it's like, cool, me and my fiance are going to sit down and watch the show like every Monday or whatever, like Bachelor in Paradise every Monday. Not good. Actually, I should have talked about Bachelor in Paradise this season. Not good. They changed it. It's totally different. It's a game show now. It's like Survivor. I'm not even fucking with you. They're like voting people off the fucking. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. Not good.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying something, Don.
James Gunn had said, recently, quote, lots of guest stars coming up, lots of characters that are showing up that we we've already met in Superman. I don't think that there's anything that I've ever done that I love more than this season of Peacemaker. So I'm so excited for people to see it, unquote.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting quote. We did see some of those characters, though.
Mm-hmm.
So is that
in the first
it?
episode? Maybe.
I
You
don't
know what
think
they should do? They should get all the actors from The Bear and have them cameo in Peacemaker. Because The Bear has so many good cameos.
Yeah.
So now bring those characters and have them cameo into.
There's bound to be crossover considering how many actors there are, you know?
Yeah.
It's just maybe an accidental, it's like an incidental crossover, you know?
Yeah.
You just have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess since we're still on the topic of Peacemaker, it is interesting because I think, was it the same interview with Josh Horowitz? That James Gunn was talking about how, Peacemaker fits incredibly well into the DCU. Again, they retconned like one thing that they put in that previously on. But then he also talked about how Blue Beetle just fits right in as well. So I'm curious.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch the Blue Beetle movie. By all accounts, it's good. But I'm like, do I watch it? Because they're doing that Blue Beetle animated show. I think they're bringing in the same cast.
Right. He never mentions the canon aspect of Blue Beetle, though, does he?
He says that it fits right into the universe, the same way Peacemaker does. So I'm like, does that mean that's canon? I feel like yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
I gotta watch that movie. I might just watch it just for the sake. Did you watch it?
It's just freaking Marvel formula, like to a T, though.
You did watch it?
No, the trailer shows you the movie. I think I can predict the whole movie. I think from the trailer.
Yeah, because it's Blue Red Beetle.
Yeah,
it's Blue Beetle fights Blue Red Beetle.
I'm not against it. It is reviewed well, so I should maybe see it too. But I don't know. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, it's good. I'm very excited for the rest of the season. It's going to be a good one. I think. Yeah. Okay. So weapons.
Cool.
Weapons. We saw it in theaters. Very exciting. Directed by Zach Cregger. Pretty crazy.
Fun fact about Zach Cregger, dude. You know what I found out about Zach Cregger? You ever watch the YouTube skit channel from back in the day called The Whitest Kids You Know?
No, I never saw it.
He was a part of that. I found this out like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And he was one of the main guys a part of that.
Yeah, I never watched it, so it doesn't.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, I watched The Whitest Kids You Know all the time when I was a kid. The Grapist is one of like the great skits on YouTube, or great early skits on YouTube.
Yeah, you always reference that. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
that's how I would know it.
Yeah.
I know it from you.
Yeah, and he's in like a lot of the skits. It was crazy because again, he was part of that core group, and it's interesting to see that so many of these comedy forward like creators or actors can create like a phenomenal drama or horror. I think of Bill Hader, creating Barry, right? Zach Cregger creating barbarians and now weapons. Like,
I mean, Barry is kind of a comedy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Weapons is kind of a comedy too at times. To be fair.
Barry is legitimately classified as a comedy.
Yeah,
it is. It was nominated for best comedy.
Yeah, it's half hour.
So is The Bear.
Yeah,
that's right. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. But yeah, that was a cool. Sorry, I interrupted you there, like right off the bat. But I found that out like a week or two ago, and I was like, dude, what? Because again, I watched this content when I was in like high school. It's crazy.
It's cool.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zach Cregger directed the film. It stars lots of stars. I should have brought up the thing.
Josh Brolin, Julie Garner, Benedict Wong.
Yep.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yes. Yeah, that's the main. That's the main people.
I don't even need to pull it up, Simon. Look at me going off my brain here.
Very good. And Amy Madigan, who killed it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think she did a great job. But what I was going to say was, before I was interrupted there, was basically, we're not going to spoil it because it's very easy to spoil this, I feel like. We can't talk too deeply about this. The trailer really doesn't show very much. But when I watched the trailer back today, I watched it back and I was like, oh, it actually did hint at a lot of things, but it's very, very subtle because it does these like really quick cuts. And I think it's really smart filmmaking and marketing to not spoil your entire movie in a trailer, which he did in both Barbarian and in this film. I feel like that he just doesn't explain the plot or try to explain too much about it. He uses the the basic concept to bring in an audience, and he doesn't try to explain to you anything about the twist, or he doesn't go too far into the story at all. He really just included the premise in the trailer and then kind of put some interspersed some really crazy images that really you would never really connect to any particular scene in the trailer. So you kind of are like, whoa, that's really haunting, but what's going on exactly? I don't understand. Isn't this about kids who don't go to class?
Yeah.
So you don't ever know what to expect. And I really appreciate that. I didn't know what to expect. And it was, I knew to unexpected. What?
I was like, God, no, I did not know what to expect. I feel like I
knew to expect the unexpected. That's what I knew to expect because of Barbarian. Specifically, he set the tone. I didn't know what to expect with Barbarian at all. No. I was like, I did not predict. I only predicted the first little bit of that movie, and then I was like, where is this going? I didn't understand the Airbnb angle and various things, like especially with Justin Long's character. I'm like, what is happening right now? I didn't understand that. They did the same thing here. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like the promise of the trailer and the tone of that trailer is ultimately fulfilled in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and then it just kind of goes from there.
But it never concludes anything in the trailer. You can never put a pin in it, which is I really appreciate.
They just set up a tone, and I think the tone is replicated in ultimately the first 5 minutes of the fucking movie, and then it kind of it maintains a tone throughout it, but there is just like in Barbarian where there's a shift where things start revealing itself, and I think it's done very, very well. And I think it was interesting. Like once the movie ended, I really liked it. I was like, I like it, but it's like, I don't know, like you're on such a ride that like it's hard to figure out how you feel about it right off the bat, because again, it's so different than honestly a lot of things, I guess, like apart from Barbarian, I guess. Again, in terms of the sharp, it's like fucking like drifting, not even drifting, just like fucking pulling the handbrake on a car and just like shifting like crazy. And that's what I feel like this movie does at like a breakneck speed at a certain point. And I don't mean in the way of like it's going like at breakneck speeds of like boom, 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 a bunch of things thrown at you. It's just a big shift in how the story is unfolding. And
it's a mystery movie. Like it's just very, very deep, and he understands how to tell a mystery without giving away the plot too early. He understands, and the way he does perspective is really interesting too. Not shown in the trailer at all. Like he changes perspective of characters and like tries to tell a story. Which, by the way, and there's a relevant aspect to this too. There's another thing we talk about that does that kind of thing where he tries to change perspective, and we talked about it a lot. And I find it's interesting because the way this movie does a lot of red herrings throughout the film constantly is really ingenious too, and I think he knows what he's doing exactly. And I think the red herrings they're never more interesting than the final reveal of the actual mystery, which I really appreciate. That was my criticism of a thing like WandaVision, which I feel like so many red herrings, but it's never, the payoff wasn't as satisfying as the actual what the red herring might have led to if it actually was the red herring. But this is not like that. It's just like it teases little things and like has little Easter eggs in the film, and you're like, oh, is it that? And you're like, and then he's like, no, or you'd be like, yeah, he basically just said no repeatedly. He just keeps doing that over and over again. And he's like, no. Yeah, Josh Brolin was really good in this too. It was supposed to be Pedro Pascal, potentially, but Pedro Pascal couldn't make the schedule work. I think you might have mentioned that on either on the podcast or to me in the parking lot, and we talked about that.
Parking lot.
I thought that was interesting. Like,
and then you made a funny point where you said like, Josh Brolin, who he would have done a really good job as? Joel in The Last of Us. I was like, yeah, honestly, very, very much.
Yeah. So. And we talked about fan casting, I think, when they were casting The Last of Us back in the day. I think we talked about that. We discussed it. Like, who do you think it should be? And we didn't really pick Pedro Pascal, but it could have been anyone, I guess. But Josh Brolin is a really good choice, and we definitely didn't pick him either. I think that's really interesting. I don't know why I found this to be the thing that would tell me that he should have played Joel Miller, or he could have played Joel Miller. But I feel like he he did a good job. If they ever make it, well, I was going to say if they ever make a movie of, it would be too late probably. If they ever remake The Last of Us as a TV show or a movie, it will be like 20 years from now, I feel like, or 10 years. They're never going to do it that quickly. But especially because the show is largely
10 years from now, dude? No way they would redo that in 10 years.
They've done Resident Evil 15 times, dude.
Yeah, but they're all different. Serious? They're all different.
Highly successful? Not really. So the idea is that The Last of Us is so successful. If you're going to do anything, you can do a film and you can do it soon after, because you can do it. That's not soon after. 10 years is not soon. That's a long time. How many iterations of Batman do we had in 10 years?
I don't know. That's a fair comparison. Batman to The Last of Us, though. Like, I don't think that's a fair comparison whatsoever.
I think Resident Evil is.
But the key difference is that the movies don't follow the games at all. And the TV show didn't follow the game at all.
Resident Evil?
Last movie. Yeah.
The last movie did.
That's the only thing that has followed the games.
Yeah.
That is the only thing.
What if you made a movie? You could make it not a remake. You could also just do a movie separate. You could even just do, you could do so much in that world theoretically. You can kind of pull, you could do it. Like, I feel like that's not at all you could have a prequel to The Last of Us 100% in a movie form or a TV show. You could stop the TV show after this part 2 and you can easily make a TV show that follows the story before. You should make a game. Brolin? You should make a game that No, you're connecting two things that are unrelated.
Okay,
you're getting turned around here. But you're saying that it's unreasonable to think that Hollywood, which makes so many remakes constantly, would make a remake of something that's incredibly popular versus something that they've made.
Like within 10 years?
Resident Evil has been made 15 times. It's not that popular. It's not even close. Not even close.
Those movies made millions upon millions of dollars, Simon.
Oh, yeah?
The Mila Jovovich movies. They were incredibly successful overseas. That's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Yeah, sure.
They were. The most recent Resident Evil movie wasn't particularly.
But you understand my point, I imagine. Like, the Hollywood is known for doing constant remakes. It's unlikely, but like it's just as likely as anything, really, because they remake things. A Star Wars Born was made like 3 or 4 times, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was over the course of like a century. So
A Star Wars Born, a century? No, not that much.
Didn't it originally come out in like the 20s? The first one, first rendition.
Let's see. Star Wars Born is 1937.
Okay, so 80 years.
Yeah, long time. A lot of iterations though. But yeah, anyway, this is the thing you're incredulous about for my take. You barely even had a take about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
I was just loosely saying, what if they did anything to do with The Last of Us? I feel like with you is incendiary. You're like, whoa, like relax. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I love The Last of Us, dude. I just didn't like season 2.
You're very protective. You're very protective of it, I feel like. But I think Josh Brolin, the point was Josh Brolin could make a good Joel. And there's no way the point I was making was there's no way Josh Brolin could be Joel in an iteration of The Last of Us if they remade it, because he'd be too old. That was what I was trying to say, because there would be a huge gap between remaking it. I said 10 years, maybe 20 years. And you're like, what?
Yeah,
10
you actually
years?
said
It's
20.
like, Jesus Christ.
You said 20
relax.
and then 10.
Yeah,
you said 20 and then 10, actually.
Who cares? Let's move on. Anyway, but yes, unlikely. But yeah, very good movie. I don't know what else we can say about it.
Not much.
It's very intense. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't let up, I guess. It's funny. It's kind of, it does a curve that's like very exponential, I find. It is funny too, but it's like an exponential curve in that it's just like rising and rising and rising to like a fervor where it's not, it doesn't let up at the end. It's just insane. And you're just like, what is this reasoning for what's happening here? Why did these kids disappear? I don't understand. And he makes it interesting throughout without revealing too much too quickly. And I really appreciate it. And I think the acting is really good. And I think I would trust Zach Cregger with a lot. So I think, I don't know. I mean, Resident Evil is not my baby. I don't care for it at all because I don't play any of the games, but I wonder how good
I'm excited to see what he can do with that. Cause again, I think both Barbarian and Weapons, there are scenes in it that feel Resident Evil coded. So like I think he obviously, it's cool because one thing I kind of wanted to point out is like we're in a kind of a renaissance of horror, right? In terms of movies, you have these new directors coming in, making these very well-renowned horror movies. Specifically, I'm referring to Robert Eggers, I'm referring to Ari Aster, and now Zach Cregger. But the coolest part about it is there these three directors that are prominently making horror movies, I guess. But all of them are so different in tone. I think I mentioned like Ari Aster has like he's mastered this level of anxiety that is consistent in all of the movies that he makes, even though not all of them are fully horror. Like Eddington isn't really a horror movie, but it gives you that same level of anxiety that you got with Midsummer, that you got with Hereditary. And then again, you have like Robert Eggers,
Jordan
coming
Peele
in.
too is another big. I mean, there's like you mentioned a few guys, but there's so many of them actually that you mentioned three really prominent ones, but I think Jordan Peele is huge as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Modern.
That is true. And it is interesting. I don't know if you remember, but Jordan Peele apparently fired his entire like team back in the day for passing on the Weapons movie, like passing on the script and the distribution for it. Like he fired a lot of people at his production company. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I think he like heard about it and he's like, "What the fuck? Like you guys actually passed on this? Get out of here." Fired a bunch of
interesting.
people. So
Mike Flanagan, perhaps.
Oh yeah, Mike Flanagan. God, he's great.
Wow,
he's great.
It's interesting. I see. Yeah, I guess so. I was gonna say Alien Romulus isn't that much, but Fede Alvarez.
Fede Alvarez. Because he did Evil Dead. He did Alien Romulus.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's a lot. There's a lot of, and it was. I mean, you could say it's a renaissance of the video game movie too. If we're gonna connect that to like, there's like so many. There's actually good video game movie adaptations and TV show adaptations where we didn't have that. And there was almost like an aspect of Hollywood kind of giving up on it at a certain point. They're like, you know what? This can't be done. It's like, no, I think it can, but I think you just got to do it properly. And you have to have people that care. And they didn't have that. I think the horror renaissance, as you describe it, is like, I feel like it's caused also by the fact that it makes a lot of money and it doesn't cost a lot of money to make. And that's a big part of it. That they're huge theatrical releases. Like the main things in theaters right now is horror movies and superhero like action movies. Like there's a reason for that because people are going to see those films. So when you get a movie like it's kind of an action movie in some way, but you get a movie like F1 and it does as well as it does. F1. Yeah. But the thing about F1 that is a joke to me, I don't know if we talked about this, is called F1 the movie. It's like, ugh.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
It's such a bad name. I think it was a licensing dispute with or not dispute, but like F1 wanted that to be the name of it. Like Formula One was like, why didn't they just call it Formula One? Or like, I don't know. Like
I want to watch that movie still. Like
it did really well in theaters. It's crazy, man. That's what's so insane is that did so well. And it's not really, it's not an action movie really. And it's definitely not a horror movie. So like that's what's interesting about it. When you get a movie like that, is my point, is it's kind of like an anomaly. They're like, wait, these movies can do it? Because I don't think Naked Gun did particularly well as an example.
Yeah, comedies I just think traditionally don't do well in theaters.
But they try. They keep trying. And this is what's sad about that. That's why I wanted to go see it in theaters, because I wanted to kind of make it work. Theaters.
We could go see it.
Let me check F1. I was just checking F1 the movie. How did Naked Gun do? That's the question I have. F1 the movie did $598 million though. That's pretty awesome.
How much did it cost though? Seems like
I don't know. I wish Box Office Mojo had that info. Maybe it does. I just never see it. I don't know where that's supposed to be. But how did Naked Gun do? Film. Are you looking up Naked Gun? Or no?
Yeah.
For the box office?
Yeah, I don't know. This is from Screen Rant. I never trust Screen Rant.
Oh, this is Box Office Mojo. They usually nail it.
Box Office Mojo.
Naked Gun. I got it actually. Sorry. That's it. Oh, not very
78 million.
Yeah, that's what it says, 78 million. But the budget on that is apparently 42 million. So if they get to 100, potentially it was worth it. I don't know. Now I'm actually really curious. What is F1's budget purportedly? Because these are, you can never really know. The studios don't really tell you. F1, the movie budget. F1 the movie is such a stupid. I just wish it wasn't called that, but it did well despite the dumb name. So there's that aspect. F1 the movie, not box office. It auto corrected. Come on.
F1 movie's budget is widely reported to be between 200 to 300 million.
So maybe they just broke even. Actually, that's a lot of money, eh? Damn. I wonder how much of that was licensing to F1 from F1.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's interesting, but I don't know. Weapons, very good. It's hard to talk about. This is
you can't.
This is the problem,
dude. You straight up can't. That's the issue. Is I think even Zach Cregger released a video being just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So
it was just ruining.
I highly recommend it.
Go watch it. Yeah, it's definitely worth seeing. And if you haven't seen Barbarian, go see that too.
God, I love Barbarian.
Yeah,
I like. Do you like Barbarian more than this, or do you like Weapons more?
I don't know. I don't know. When do we see Barbarian? When did that come out? 2021?
Something like that.
2022, maybe?
It was post. I feel like COVID was still a thing, but it wasn't really the height of COVID anymore.
Yeah, I think.
So 2022, I think is right. Barbarian.
It's funny. So this movie,
2022
on Letterboxd, my score is 4. I'm pretty sure out of 5 on Barbarian, and I rated Weapons the same. So I'm like, it's 4 out of 5 for me. So I don't know. I think about it. I think there's a disjointed aspect of Barbarian, in the center, but I didn't like maybe as much, and I found the final twist to be not as interesting. So I think Weapons is the one I would go with.
Interesting.
I think he's refined it even more. The way he again does red herrings and his final twist, I think, is more interesting. Do you think they'll do a sequel to this movie? Do you think they'll try to do something like a prequel or a sequel to this? Do you think it's going to do well enough that it will?
They could. I don't know if I necessarily want that. I kind of like it being a little bit more self-contained. It would be cool if he was kind of creating a wider universe of his horror movies, but you can't really do that because Barbarian was it Fox or some shit? I don't remember. 2 different movie companies. So I don't know. I think Weapons is definitely a more fun movie than Barbarian. But I don't know. I think I liked Barbarian more than this personally.
Interesting.
But I did really like both of them. I loved it. I kind of agree with you. I'd probably say 4 out of 5 for Weapons as well. Barbarian, I would maybe do 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, wow. High.
Yeah.
Budget
I really like
of Weapons apparently is 38 million. The box office is 180 million. So he destroyed.
Crazy.
He did really well. But again, when you have that low of a budget, you can do some magical things for the studio who funded you. That's not Jordan Peele's. Apparently. So sad for Mr. Jordan Peele. What's Jordan Peele making?
He's producing that him movie, but again, he's not released.
Right, what is he directing?
Jordan Peele.
I haven't looked into that in a while because it's been a while since Nope, right? 2022,
something like that. He has an untitled horror movie set for release next year.
Next year? Oh, cool. Yeah, Nope. If I remember correctly, wasn't announced until quite close to the date.
Yeah, the advertising for Nope was really cool too. I remember when they were doing the ads for it. I liked Nope quite a bit.
I do, yeah, too.
I don't love it, but I liked it.
Not of Planet Earth?
Oh, yeah. That's what it stood for, didn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
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 Neat.
That him movie that he's producing looks kind of cool. I know he's not directing it, but again, he's putting his name behind it, and I feel like at least putting his name behind it means something.
A little bit. What was the last one he did that was really he produced that was really good?
Candyman, wasn't it?
That was really good, and he did put his name behind that. I don't know if that was the last one, but it was really good. Yeah. That's for sure. Also, gotta say, because I feel like we threw shade at her earlier. I thought that Julia Garner was amazing in this, and I think she's usually really great. And so I just want to say that because she's actually in a lot of movies. This could be the year of Julia Garner as well, because she's actually in 3 huge, well, one that wasn't that good, but 2 pretty huge films, another horror film, and The Wolfman. And I think that she was pretty great in Fantastic Four First Steps from my perspective, and I think that she was pretty great in this too. So, yeah. So good for Julia Garner.
The last movie that Jordan Peele put his name on was Monkey Man with Dev Patel.
I thought it was, but I thought it was confusing because his name isn't it Monkey Paw Productions. So I'm like, that can't be that because that's too on the nose. But no, it is. I thought it was. That wasn't as good though as Candyman.
Did you watch Monkey Man? I never watched it.
Monkey Man. Oh, I'm sorry, Monkey Man. I'm confusing it with the monkey guy.
Yeah, you're thinking.
It's also a Monkey Man. No, I'm so sorry. Monkey Man's amazing. Dev Patel, so good.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I think that was his directorial debut for Dev Patel, right?
Very good. Yeah, I really liked it a lot.
I gotta watch that movie.
That was a 4 for me too, if I recall correctly. I really did like it. It was good.
I like
really
Dev Patel
cool
a lot.
Vibe to it. There was like that element we talked about how we like this in things where they do like a red light thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that film, from my remembering, has like a lot of that red light. Like they shine this like red ambient light on characters while he's like doing fight scenes. I just love that anyway. But the overall the overall movie is quite enjoyable, and the choreography for fight choreography is really good. And Dev Patel did a solid job. It was really good. I like it. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we should move on now. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Cool. I just gotta switch back to my document real quick. All right, now onto a segment of our show that I like to call A Look to the Future. A portion of our podcast where each of us present at least 3 of our picks for the TV series or movies that look most interesting to us that are releasing between the dates of August 16th and September 8th. Sorry, wait, that can't be right. Is that right? August 16th.
No, dude. August 25th.
How did I write that in there? August 16th. We're going back in time. August 25th and September 8th, 2025. Adrian, as is customary, you go first. What is your
right on, man?
First pick?
The first thing that I'm going to bring up is the movie that I feel like I was supposed to be released like 8 years ago, and then now is finally getting released. It's the Toxic Avenger movie, coming out on August 29th. I feel like this movie, again, was filmed like many years ago. I remember the first trailer coming out like a couple years ago. This seems like a fun time. I'm curious. Like the tone seems very wacky, and it looks to be like a very dark, like ultra gory movie starring Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger. He's just killing people. He's like a weird looking like goo monster man with a wand.
Right. Yeah, that's toxic. Interesting. I hope it's good in some way. I think I said this when we watched the trailer in one of the movies we watched. I felt like it was kind of like an old James Gunn movie in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that it's like comedy. It's like comedy horror / superhero film.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm curious to see how it will do. But it doesn't bode well that it didn't release for many years.
It was like a festival film, though. And I think like it was shown off at festivals, and I think people liked it at the festivals. Like, aren't there reviews for it? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Toxic Avenger. It's 89 on Rotten Tomatoes with 27 reviews. So it's reviewed relatively well. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, okay. My first pick for this bye week is Caught Stealing.
It's on my list as well.
Which we've seen the trailer for quite a few times.
At least thrice.
But it stars Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz. It's directed by, I'm forgetting his name now, Black Swan director. Oh my God.
Oh, dude.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is it Alfonso Cuarón? No, I'm mixing that guy up.
What is Alfonso Cuarón doing? That's actually a good question too. He must be making something cool. Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, that guy.
But yeah, this one's it looks pretty good. Are you interested in this at all?
Yeah, like enough. I would prefer to watch Toxic Avenger over this, and we still got to watch Nobody too, which I really want to watch. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll get around to this movie. It looks good though. It looks good. Like, I'm not against it. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really seen much with Austin Butler, if anything. So, well, we watched Eddington. He was in Eddington, but that's really
it. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't remember him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I believe you.
Yeah, he's like the main. He's in it more than Manson. I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
But yeah. Okay, cool. What's your next pick, sir?
My next pick is a Netflix movie called The Thursday Murder Club. That's coming out on August 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one seems kind of fun. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen much about it. It just seems like it would be a good time. Yeah, again, I don't know much about it. I like kind of like murder mystery movies. I'm definitely intrigued, is my point.
Yes.
And it stars, what's his name?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
And Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
And Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good cast. Good.
It is a really good combo of people in it. Yeah, it's like it's a retirement home, and they're basically they have a club in which they try to solve murders for cold cases. That's the premise.
Mm-hmm. It's a movie though, right? It's not a TV show.
From what I understand, it is.
Okay,
unless you're going to tell me otherwise.
No, it is a movie. I was pretty confident. Yeah. I was pretty confident it was just a movie.
Yeah, I saw Pierce Brosnan in an interview with I think Seth Meyers, and he was asking him about it. It's a cool cast. And it's a stacked cast, theoretically. And it's cool to see, like, I don't know, there's something about that, like, people above a certain age, and they're kind of like, it'd be cool if, like, that would be what Inside Man or whatever it's called with Ted Danson becomes, they all team up and they all try to solve a murder or something like that in the next season. What's it called? Inside Man on the Inside. Yeah. It could be like retirees on the inside,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, next movie I'm going to pick, an August 29th release again, just like Caught Stealing, The Roses, Adrian. We've seen this trailer 100 times now. Stars Olivia Colman, Benedict Cumberbatch, Kate McKinnon, and Andy Samberg. And I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it because I've seen the trailers a lot. But it seems really dark in some aspect.
But also very funny.
But it also feels like the whole thing was shown to us in the trailer. So I'm like, is there anything is there anything they didn't show us?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. So yeah, anyway, I don't know. What do you think? Do you want to see this?
I'm interested. Yeah.
Because it's only in theaters. This is one of those ones that they're trying to push as a comedy in theaters too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat. Because
it's obviously it's comedy British marriage story.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But it's not British. We talked about this. It's taking place in the United States, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it's British in the sense Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch are British.
For some reason, they're in America, and they're married in America for some reason, and they're having marital problems, and they're... Yeah. Right.
There's a crab in a bathtub. There's a...
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's people.
Mm-hmm.
There's people in the movie.
There's
definitely some people in the movie. Cool. The other thing that I have on my list, Simon, is Wednesday Season 2 Part 2. It's coming out September 3rd. I don't really care about this. It's just the one other thing I had on my list.
Okay.
I never watched the first season.
Are you going to?
No.
Is that... Okay, you don't plan to. Okay.
I don't really care. Yeah. I heard it's good, but I don't know. Like, I liked the Addams Family when I was younger. But
it's like Harry Potter. Did I tell you that or no? Did I make that reference before?
I don't know.
It's Harry Potter, but with quirky people instead of magic people.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's the premise of the show. It really is. Except it's Addams Family-esque and Tim Burton-esque, and I like Tim Burton's filmmaking style. It's very quirky and fun.
Yeah,
so that's cool. And there's yeah, it's cool. I like the cast. It's neat. And there's something about that. I don't know. It's almost like a coming of age story, like Harry Potter is, I guess. It's like a school for gifted children in a strange way, but the gifted. I was gonna say emo children, but it's not really the case because she's just the only one like that. But there's like a bunch of people with like weird abilities. Her ability is being a weirdo in a strange way.
Oh,
I don't know. It's cool. Jenna Ortega does a good job in this, though. I feel like she really nails it. And that dance was like a meme for a while.
Yeah, I know. I felt bad for her.
Why?
Because I feel like every interview after that show came out, they were like, "Dance, monkey, dance." Like,
did they do that?
Yeah, man.
I didn't
feel
notice
like she was just so over it. I didn't ever watch the show. That was like the scene that was going around, and I feel like that was like the scene that convinced my fiance that she's like, "I don't want to watch this. This just seems too cringy."
Really?
And I was like, "Yeah."
I feel like that's the least cringy thing. What's cringy about the dance?
Oh my god, that's the least cringy thing? You're telling me that it's even more cringy than that? Then God, I'm definitely not watching that.
What's
shit.
cringy about that? Sorry, explain it to me. I don't
just
understand.
Looks uncomfortable. You know, when you look at something and you're like, that looks cringy. You know that feeling?
Are you defining the word cringy with the definition is cringy? Yeah. Is that what you're doing right now?
That is exactly what I'm telling you.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't find that
cringy.
I didn't find it cringy. Anyway, it's Tim Burton. It's just Tim Burton-esque, but it's a coming of age story that's like Harry Potter. That's the best way I would describe it. It's reviewed well, right? Like critics don't dislike it.
I assume so. I saw online, again, there's always the people complaining they're not following the source material. They don't understand the source material. I'm like, motherfucker, nobody cares that much about the Addams family. Nobody, dude. I like the Addams family.
I think you ask Mr. Kenneth Saddlebauer, and I think he'd disagree.
Ken, let me know if you think the source material isn't being appreciated as much in this show. You let me know if you've watched this show. That's what I ask him.
Yeah,
love you, Ken. I hope you're doing well, man. I haven't talked to you since Fantastic Four. I should message you. Ken, I'm talking to you right now. This message goes out to you. I love you.
Do you think he still watches our podcast? I feel like he doesn't.
I don't know, dude. Ask him.
And that means 0 people are watching it. Maybe you watch it. I don't know if you watch it, Adrian. But I have so many more picks.
Spit them out, dude, because I kind of
It's kind of insane, actually. I didn't actually realize.
Rapid fire.
But I have way more picks than I thought I did. The first is one we just talked about, so I'm surprised it wasn't your pick instead of Wednesday, which you won't even watch. You might watch this. It's a little show called The Paper, which comes out on September 4th.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. I literally did. So that comes out
to Peacock. I don't know where the hell that will be on in Canada. To be honest, I don't know. No idea.
The Paper, Canada.
There's also, I'm pretty sure this is popular for a lot of people. I think it is. This looked good. I thought I saw a trailer for. Maybe I'm wrong. Are you familiar with Pokemon Concierge?
Yeah, is that coming out?
That's coming out on September 4th on Netflix, apparently.
No way, dude. I had no idea. Dude, Pokemon Concierge, so cute and so wholesome, dude. I love that show.
There you go. You're welcome.
It's brilliant, dude. Pokemon Concierge, it's it's stop motion animation.
Let's make sure. Pokemon Concierge. Let's get 2 sources. Concierge.
Scheduled to release September 4th, 2025, according to Wikipedia.
Excellent. There you go.
Wow, that's so exciting, dude. It's so cute. Genuinely so cute. It's about this young woman that kind of gets a job at this Pokemon resort where she goes there and there's people working there and they take care of people's Pokemon. And then she kind of develops there's a Psyduck there that's kind of weird and doesn't get along with anyone. He's kind of
in what form have you seen this? Is this is this a new season? Sorry,
it's season 2 of Pokemon Concierge.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So you watched season 1 already on Netflix?
Yep, I loved it, man.
That's cool.
It's so cozy and adorable, and I don't know, as someone that grew up playing Pokemon a lot, as a youngin, it's cool to see, and it's very, very adorable. I loved it. It's so cozy. It's so heartfelt and funny. Nice. The stop motion animation is amazing. It's cool because once when they finish the first season, they kind of show a little behind the scenes of how they did it all, and it's so impressive. It's short and sweet. I think, I don't know, it's 4 or 5 episodes, and each were only 15 minutes or something. It's a very brisk watch.
That's
definitely
cool.
worth watching.
Are you a big Pokemon show fan? I don't know if I know that about you. In general, this is not a traditional Pokemon show by any stretch of the imagination, but are you a fan of the traditional Pokemon TV shows on?
Not as an adult, but I loved
back in the day, Pokemon. I should say.
Yeah.
Did you watch it alongside Dragon Ball Z and all that
Oh yeah, dude. The Pokemon movies, dude. The first Pokemon movie, sublime, man. It's so
and then
good.
there's like, did you ever watch Digimon, or is that?
Of
not
course
your
I
thing?
did, dude. I love Digimon.
Okay.
I was more of a Digimon
I actually
guy
watched
than a
Digimon
Pokemon
more
guy.
than me too. I watched Digimon more than I did Pokemon. I actually watched Dragon Ball a little bit too. But
Digimon.
Yeah, it's clearly a rip
Digital
off, but-
monsters. Digimon are the champions. You know?
Yeah, it's great.
Change in.
Wow. I don't know the lyrics except for the
Oh,
first
you don't?
part. No, the first part. You just recited. Okay, I got another one. You ready?
Yeah.
It's the Five Bloods and Black K Klansman director, Spike Lee. He's got the next movie coming out with Denzel Washington, Highest to Lowest. It seems to be about the music industry, but Denzel Washington's like a music producer, or he's an artist, and his son gets kidnapped. And he's got to negotiate with this guy. But it's got Jeffrey Wright in it. It's got Denzel Washington.
Nice.
It's got A$AP Rocky in it. Just kind of neat. He's an artist, and it's a movie about the music industry.
Rihanna's husband.
Yes. Is that her husband? I wasn't aware.
I don't know if they're married, but definitely the baby daddy of her children.
Oh, okay.
She has like 3 kids.
That's cool. Oh, sorry, I didn't say the date, did I? That's September 5th.
No.
Are we doing good? Yeah. That fits.
You know what's
within
great?
the timeline,
You know what's
right?
great, Simon, about Google AI?
What?
That when I put in the paper show Where to Watch Canada, it says the series The Paper will be available on Peacock in Canada. There ain't
of course it does.
fucking Peacock in
course it says
Canada,
that.
bro. Then I saw
know.
somewhere on justwatch.com, it says currently you are able to watch The Paper streaming on Stack TV Amazon channel. It's not even out yet. So I think if anything, it's on Stack TV. New series streaming September 4th.
That
Stack TV.
sucks.
I'm not even going to watch
That's
it.
like
The show's getting
doesn't that
canceled
feel like a
just
missed opportunity for Netflix though?
100%.
Or wait, are we sure it's not on Disney Plus? And I'm asking that question because Disney Plus just got the licensing agreement for The Office
I don't know, Simon.
in Canada, and I'm not sure that's the same in the States. That would be very poetic and smart of them to do that.
I don't know, man. It would be well.
Did they
I don't
ever
know.
get anything though from Peacock? Have they ever done that before?
I have no idea.
Maybe
Because
not.
Paramount Plus got Twisted Metal. City TV in Canada got fucking that show, that Ryan Johnson show that we both want to watch.
Oh, Poker Face.
Yeah, Poker Face.
Yeah, that sucks. That's on there.
So I don't
Yeah.
fucking know, dude.
But that's just because it's on City TV. Like Rogers got the licensing,
Yeah.
so it was just on City TV, the channel. So then they just got. Isn't Poker Face in 2 places? I thought I saw it on.
I forget where
Yeah.
else.
It might be on Stack too.
God, fuck Stack TV, man.
Do I have Stack now? Because I technically. Oh, I forgot to say that. I've been watching the Based on a True Story show. I don't necessarily recommend it. I got to tell you, it's reviewed very well. The show about the podcast about the serial killer. There is something really weird and off about it. Like the story isn't told in a normal way, and the characters make such stupid decisions. I'm not sure it's the greatest, but it does have what's her name from Brooklyn Nine-Nine in it, who I really like actually, and she's not in that much. She's like the really smart cop. What's her name?
Amy Santiago. That's the character's name. I don't know the
That's
actress.
the character's name. Oh, I forgot her name. Damn it! I just saw her name just a second ago. I'm a fool.
It is Melissa Fumero.
Melissa Fumero, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, she's cool. So she's in it.
Stack TV is $15 a month.
Yeah, I got it for $3 because they had a promo. That's how I'm doing it.
Jesus
That's why I did it.
Fucking Christ, dude.
There's like $3.95 or something like that. So $4, it's not bad. Okay, so the last one I think is the last one that I'm going to pick here for the 5 picks instead of the 3 I have. Yeah, any interest in Highest to Lowest, by the way? I don't know if you have any interest. I really like Black K Klansman. I thought it was great, personally.
Yeah, I like Black K Klansman.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm necessarily interested in Highest to Lowest. I don't really know much about it. I haven't seen the trailer or anything.
I just see
but
the
I really
trailers,
like
so
Black K Klansman.
I'm always watching Apple TV Plus, so that's kind of why they always hit me with their stuff. It's an Apple TV movie. Sorry.
Oh, it's a show.
So
okay. Yeah, sorry.
Movie.
Yeah.
Okay, another one, and then I think this is the last one I'm going to pick here. Oh, sorry, I got 2. Oh my god, there's a lot coming out. It makes sense. It's fall. Fall is when all the shows start in traditional TV as well. But anyway, September 7th, I got Task, Adrian. Did you see the trailer for this?
No, I don't know what this is.
Okay. So this one's really interesting in my opinion. This is from the creator of it's Brad Inglesby, the creator of Mayor of Easttown.
Oh yeah.
Kate with Kate Winslet. And it's another crime drama. It's following an FBI task force, and the guy in charge of the FBI task force is played by Mark Ruffalo. He's playing this grizzled cop, and he's got these like amateurs like trying to do the task forcing, and they're trying to catch this like armed robbery gang, who's led by Tom Pelphrey's character, who I really think is great. I think Tom Pelphrey in Ozark is like one of the best actors in Ozark as a whole.
Yeah.
Other than Julia Garner, actually, who we just talked about. I think Tom Pelphrey just kills it. I like his whole performance and everything about that. His character is heart wrenching in Ozark, and so to see something with him in it in like a dark role like this, pretty interesting. So I'm curious to see how it gets reviewed. And it's HBO, if I didn't say that already. So it's going to be on HBO Max, and I guess on Crave in Canada. I don't know if you have any interest in this, but I would recommend watching the trailer because the trailer kind of gives you a good rundown of the show. That was a big one. I wrote that down, actually. This one I wrote down like a few months ago. I'm like, Task. Remember what Task to talk about it on the show. But I never watched Mayor of Easttown, which I intended to do, and I just never did. Did you?
Same.
Okay.
No, I'm in the same boat as you. I remember it coming out. It got a bunch of Emmy nominations. I'm like, this looks really good. I want to watch it. And then I just never got around to it. So
it's cool. But yeah, looks like a drama with a capital D. Like it's like dark, I think. But yeah, it looks cool. Task does, and so does Mayor of Easttown. This is another one. This has to be accurate. September 7th, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Did you ever watch the Daryl Dixon spinoff show? I think this is the final season. I think they decided that they're not doing any more seasons of Daryl.
Oh, really?
I think they said that. Yeah, they've got Carol came back, right?
Yes, last season. The Book of Carol.
Is that what they called it?
I think so. Yeah.
Daryl Dixon. I think it's season 3. I think this is
it is.
How many of the Walking Dead shows are still running, Adrian? Do you know? I don't know.
This one, and then the Jeffrey Gene Jorgen and Maggie one.
Right. Jeffrey Gene Jorgen. Classic.
Walking Dead, Dead City.
Right. That one, the New York one. But what about the one with Andrew Lincoln? Isn't that one still going?
I thought that was a one and done. I could be wrong. I watched the first episode, and I was like, wow, this is really good. I'm stoked.
Oh, yeah?
And then I just never watched it. I don't know why.
Oh, really? That's
I watched the first. First episode was stellar. I remember finishing and being like, damn, fuck, this is good. I can't wait to continue watching this. And then I just never watched it. Okay. I have no idea why.
Okay.
Probably because it was on AMC Plus, and I ran out of my AMC Plus subscription. I was like, I'm not going to fucking subscribe right now.
I probably haven't said this in a while, but I started watching The Walking Dead again, and then my Netflix expired. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you with The Walking Dead, because I started to watch it again, and I'm like, yeah, I like this show. It's fun. I get to like a pretty climactic moment in the story, and it seemed like it was like I think it actually might have been the mid-season finale, and then I stopped watching because Netflix expired. But I was like, I was planning on playing Dying Light 2 again to like get the synergy of like zombies with, but I had the synergy a little bit because I was watching The Walking Dead Walking Dead season 11 while I was playing Death Stranding 2. So I had like a Norman Reedus fix. Yeah. And I think simultaneously, no, that was just before. I was going to say I saw Norman Reedus in The Ballerina, but that was just before, that was before Death Stranding by a month or two. So anyway, cool. Yeah, it looks like,
The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, just to correct you, it's renewed for a 4th and final season. So season 3 is coming out, and they have the 4th and final season.
Good for them, though. So it must be getting enough numbers that they would renew it. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's actually why they're ending it. Is it all over, do you think, for The Walking Dead? Is it just going to like sizzle out into the sunset, you know?
I don't know. I don't know how popular that Dead City show is because they have 2 seasons of that. Apparently, the second season aired in June.
Right.
Dude, there was The Walking Dead World Beyond. I forgot that was a show.
I
never watched it.
We made fun of that, didn't we?
Yeah.
A lot? Yeah. Huh. Okay. I think that's all I got for you of the big stuff that I'm excited for. or semi excited for. If you got anything else for me? Anything else?
No. You know what? No.
There's that one movie I saw the trailer for that's like seems like a wacky like drama comedy, like a romance comedy. The Threesome. Did you see the trailer for that
No.
with Zoe Deutsch? That
No,
looks
I
pretty
didn't.
wacky. I don't know how I saw that trailer. I saw that like a few weeks ago, but that looks like a like just like a great. That's cool though because again another comedy. Going to theaters, so they're trying. They're trying to do it. If we go to the movies in the next little bit, I know you're pretty busy lately, but like if you were to go to the movies in the next little bit, what would you prefer to see? Would you go watch The Naked Gun, or would you go see? What was the other one we were just talking about? Sorry,
Nobody 2 is probably
Nobody 2.
the
Right.
priority.
That's your priority?
I would say.
Okay, sounds good.
I really like that first one.
Yeah, I love Bob Odenkirk, so I'm good to do a little celebration of Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Another movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
That I didn't mention.
Yep.
Oh, I guess it's already out. Wait, I thought this was coming out on the 29th.
What's this?
It's the movie Relay, starring Riz Ahmed and Lily James.
Oh, is it out?
Yeah, I swear to God, it was releasing on the 29th, but apparently it's already out. I just checked the Cineplex app.
Oh, that one. Yeah. What's Relay?
It's like a bribe broker facilitates deals between corrupt companies and their threats. He breaks his own rules when a client needs protection, complicating his usual operations.
Oh, I saw like I think I saw it like 76%. Is that the one?
Yeah, audience score is 92, popcorn meter, whatever the fuck they call it.
Okay.
I thought this was coming out on it shows release date September 8th, 2024, but obviously that wasn't the case for us.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Interesting indeed.
That's it.
Okay. All right, man. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this guy up? Episode 117?
Yeah. I don't know if we talked about this on air. I don't think we did, but
what's up?
I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? You know how I talked about how the library, you can like get games from the library and it's free.
Right.
And you know, I told you, I was like, I'm going to try that Pacific Drive game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you were like, you think you're going to like that? And I was like, I don't know. That's why I want to get it for free. I don't want to buy it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like it. I played it for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the I was like, this is not my type of game, but I kind of want to keep playing it. And you know what happened, Simon? An hour in, the game doesn't save, mind you. There was no save point. I was an hour in, and literally, I'm just like, I'm doing what it's telling me. And I guess I picked up an item out of order that I'm supposed to do in this like tutorial section, and it literally bricks the game where like you can't move, you're stuck. And I Google it, and this is an issue from when the game released in fucking the beginning of last year in 2024. And they were like, the only fix is just restart your game. It's like, it's fine, you're early on. It's like, I just played this for a fucking hour. No. So I literally just like, and thank God no trophy popped, because I was like, that would drive me fucking insane. I hate when that happens.
Get those percentages would be all over the place. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it literally annoyed the shit out of me. So I literally I'm taking this out of my fucking console. I'm gonna bring this back to the freaking library.
Yeah, snap it in half and then put it back in the tray.
No, I wouldn't do that. But like,
it was like that when I got it.
Yeah.
I put it in my I put it in my console and the game bricked while I was playing it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't notice it was cracked.
Anyway. It's crazy though. Like, this is a known issue from over a year and a half ago when the game released, and you didn't.
It
is
an indie developer, but yeah, that's.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It's a year and a half, and you're selling this fucking game still. I know I got it for free, but like, there's no warning. You can't just fucking put a warning. You can't fix it. God,
yeah, it's weird.
Genuinely pissed me off, because I was like, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3, right? And I'm like, I'm getting to the 100-hour mark. I'm getting tired.
Right.
I'm excited for it to wrap up. But I feel like this game is never ending because there's just so much to do, so many storylines that I'm like figuring out. Great game, but like I'm reaching my limit with it. Like I'm like I kind of wanted to wrap this up. So I was like, you know what, I can fit in this little like this other game to kind of break it apart. And then I put it in and it immediately fucked up, and I was like, never mind. So I don't know. I'm gonna play that Indica game, which is on PS Plus right now. I also want to play that Sword of the Sea game really bad.
Yeah.
Which is also
Did you like the other games from the Sword of the Sea guys? What's the name of them? They're the Journey. That's the Journey developer.
I only played Journey.
And then there was the one they did at the beginning of the PS5
Pathless.
generation, the Pathless. Yeah,
never played it.
Yeah,
I wanted to. It's been on sale a few times for like $16.
Isn't that on PS Plus as well, like extra?
No,
I thought you had
never
that.
was.
Oh, okay,
Which is a shame.
Okay. I feel like that's a good one for PlayStation Plus Essential to give out.
I know. I'm surprised that it hasn't been, but
especially now because they have the new game coming out. You think they want to because they're kind of similar. Like they're in motion.
Yeah,
they're very flowy games. They just kind of. Except that this one has that one had the Pathless had a bow and arrow element to it, which I think the sea Sort of the Sea is like you're riding a sword like a surfboard.
Yeah, I don't think there's any combat.
dunes.
I think it's just like point A to point B, like move around, enjoy the ride, and that's kind of why I want to play it. So
yeah, relaxing maybe. Yeah,
frustrating when a game just like messes up.
It's crazy.
It's at the
it's too bad though because I wonder what you would have if you would have liked it if you got past that part if you were in the tutorial. That's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was intrigued.
You'll never know. Yeah.
Like I was genuinely intrigued. I was like, okay, I'm curious where this is going. Again, it's like kind of survival. Like you pick up materials and you build the stuff, and not typically a genre I enjoy. But I was like, I want to try it, and then it just
you're building your car in the apocalypse. It's like this weird apocalypse where there's constantly thunderstorms or something, right?
Yeah, it's like you get
like a nuclear winter. Is that what it is?
You get teleported into it. So there's like a kind of like in Superman where it tells you like in 1978, there was a place in the United States where weird shit is happening. And then like you go there and you in your car get teleported into another dimension. And there's weird anomalies going on. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm curious. Like, what's this mystery? I'm sure I'll figure this out.
Yeah.
And there's like people talking to you on the radio. They're like, how the hell did you get here, man? Like we haven't had, someone into this dimension in many years. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm intrigued. And then you get to this first garage and I was like, following the tutorial and it's like, grab this one thing out of the mailbox. And I was like, okay, I'm in the mailbox. So I grabbed the one thing. There's 6 other items in there. I'm going to grab the 6 other items. But no, if you grab the one item before the game tells you in the tutorial, it stops.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Did you see this? I just sent you a link in the chat here. We might have talked about this, but I just wanted to point this out because it's completely relevant to what we're talking about. James Wan is making a survival is making a TV show based on Pacific Drive, the movie you just described.
Interesting. I'll watch the show.
Yeah, sounds good. But this is another one of those things from how much of a story is there? Like that's why I'm curious. It felt to me like this could be like a Far Cry situation. Like how much is there to really? It looks like this is almost you can kind of graft your own story to it, similar to like a Fallout or to a Far Cry, and that you can kind of make up your own adventures in this world. I feel like that's maybe why they wanted to do that, but I don't know. I didn't like the only reason I didn't play Pacific Drive because I was I kind of liked the look of it in a way. I like this idea of like building out your car and then driving across this post-apocalyptic type world. I don't like tones like that where it's just really dark. I kind of like there's like Fallout is like that, but then Fallout's really goofy, and I like the goofy retrofuturism aspect of it, like of the old 50s music, and there's something like strangely awry in that that kind of universe, it's like as if our universe is split off at a certain point. And so I really like the goofiness of Fallout. It's kind of funny. It's almost a comedy in a weird way, but the Pacific Drive just looks really dire. I don't know if you haven't had any experience with anything happy in it, but it just felt really like a downer a little bit. Like it's like Fallout without the happiness, without any kind of like severe doom and gloom from my perspective anyway. But
again, I was early in it, but there were other characters talking to you and they seemed to add a little bit of levity.
Like they're actually like human beings you can see, or they're just talking to you through like
they're talking to you through a radio.
Oh, over the walkie. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. Because I never saw anything.
Guy? How did this guy get here?
Right.
Yeah. He's like, come on, Skeeter, it's fine.
Is that a line?
No.
Your name is Skeeter? Okay. Okay.
You're the protagonist is silent.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Your own personality kind of. I kind of like that in games. Sometimes I don't like it as much as I would. Like I like V. how V talks in Cyberpunk, even though they're trying to immerse you completely.
Yeah.
Like games like Bethesda games, like typically don't give you a voice because they want you to be the voice of the character, so you get to choose the dialogue choices. But when you play V in Cyberpunk, you're still playing as V, and you feel incredibly immersed. But you still you have
You're playing
pretty
a character
great voice acting
versus like
You are, but you make choices that make different. They literally change the story like very fundamentally, and you are very inside that because it's a first person view. So you are really that character in every way. There's no third person view at all, except for driving a motorcycle and a car. But anyway, my point is that when you have games like that, what's another good example other than Bethesda games? But Starfield does that too. Like where you are first person, you're this character, you get to decide what they say, and there's no voice because people got really upset when Fallout 4 had a voice. Do you remember that? There's a controversy when they had voice acting for the protagonists. I'm like, that it didn't bother me at all. In fact, I kind of like that better personally. Because there's an element of like you get to choose what they say and then you can choose it and you say it. Who cares what your voice sounds like? It's not that important.
Yeah, I feel like typically I like it better, but I don't know. I think it's hit or miss, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay.
I think it's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to sidetrack. But anything else you want to add? That was a cool little tidbit about the library. It's getting your use at the library. Now you didn't pay $30 for a game. You just got it for free. And you knew that it wasn't good because they bugged out in 5 minutes. Or an hour, I guess. That's what you said.
It was a fucking hour.
Okay.
A waste of an hour.
Yeah, that's terrible. I played a game recently that was very much a waste of time.
What game?
Behemoth. Anyway.
Oh, it's not good? You didn't think it was good?
Skydance's Behemoth, if you saw that I played it and you're like, oh, maybe I should play, I don't recommend this game. I don't think it's a complete waste of time. I think it's one of the most unpolished games I've ever played, and I don't understand why that is. And it really bothers me. This is a virtual reality title where you're fighting these giant behemoth, like giants, literally. And it's like a medieval fantasy type setting. And the problem is the polish is so bad that I'm like shocked this ever got by the goalie. Like, how did they not realize, like, playtest your game? Like, it feels like it wasn't playtested at all. And there's a lot of redeeming elements of it. Like, it is really good in various elements. Like, I think the combat is really satisfying to play. But it's so annoying in some other elements that I'm just like, this could have been so good. It makes me so mad. As somebody who's a big fan of video games, like I think that it's kind of, I mean, I don't not recommend it if you get it for free. Like if it's on like a PlayStation Plus and you can play it, maybe play it for a few hours. But I got to the very last trophy for collectibles and I had to go through the chapter select. And I'm like, no, I can't.
I noticed that. I noticed. Yeah,
I tried to go through the guide and I'm just like, the guide was really badly put together, to be fair. Like also to the game, I guess the YouTube person doing the guide like didn't label the guide properly, so he labeled the wrong collectibles in the wrong spot. So I went to the spot that he claimed to look for a collectible, and it wasn't there because I had already got it because it was a different collectible. Anyway, that was really annoying, but the game was like glitching out where I was trying to run as a character and it wouldn't let me run through the level. So I had to walk incredibly slowly. So I'm like, I'm going to collect this for like 10 hours. It's going to take me longer than playing the game. I am not playing this anymore. I can't do it. But because there's no combat anymore. The combat's done after you finish the game. There's no more combat. So you're just walking through the level, getting collectibles and like you can't even run. So it was the worst. It's one of the worst experiences I've had in the last 5 years, unfortunately.
Okay,
and it's funny because it's reviewed badly. Like, and I was like, when I started the game, I was like, why is this reviewed badly? This is great. And I'm like, I was excited to talk about it with everyone. I was like, this is great. I don't know what people are talking about. But then the further I went in, the more annoying it became. Again, I almost want you to play it because I want you to see. I got it on sale. I don't regret buying it because it was a good experience in that regard, but it's crazy because Skydance are the guys who made, speaking of The Walking Dead, The Saints and Sinners, which I think is my favorite VR game, actually. On a narrative perspective, certainly. I think my favorite VR game on PlayStation VR 2 is probably Gran Turismo 7 because it's really immersive, but or Call of the Mountain, which I really liked, actually. I really did like Call of the Mountain, but I do think that Saints and Sinners on a narrative perspective of actually having a full-fledged narratively structured game where you're following a storyline and you have lots of options and survival, it's horror, it's really cool. But I think that it's crazy that's the same developer. It just felt like they ran out of time. They had to get the game out, and then they're like, we're just going to cut time. We're going to have to cut our labor here because we just don't have the time to do it.
That's so frustrating, man. I hate shit like that. It pisses me off. Honestly, like
maybe you disagree with me though. To be fair,
I'm not going to play
I thought I would
it.
disagree. I thought for sure I was going to disagree with the critics. I was like, especially in the first 2 hours, I was like, oh, I disagree like quite a bit with the critics. I think that especially the combat, because some of the critics were saying it was repetitive because it was they thought that the combat was repetitive and like the combat's the best part. I was like, what are you talking about? It's like the glitchy aspects of it is what's the problem. You know what I think it was actually part of it? I had two theories. One theory was they didn't play test it, so they didn't catch a lot of the problems. And like there was just like quality of life improvements they could have made like handedly, and that was a problem. But I also think because this was on MetaQuest 2, which is such muted old hardware at this point, they try to get it on every platform. So they were playing to the lowest common denominator, and that's why there's like not a lot of the features that the PlayStation VR 2 has. Like a lot of like the rumble features and the headset.
They don't have any of that?
They're very little. The implementation is very low, and it's just very disappointing because it could have been a lot better. And so that's kind of the problem too. I can't even believe that they put it on MetaQuest 2. I near the end of the game, I was like, I think there's a chance because like some of the graphics are really good and like some of it's like really rough and like what's going on here? So I like looked it up. I'm like, is this on MetaQuest 2? And it was. And I'm like, that could explain some of the annoyances with it because it's just they really were trying to get it to work on MetaQuest 2 as a priority because Meta sold a lot of units for Quest 2.
Yeah.
As the Quest 2 is like the top selling VR maybe of all time, I think. Is it?
I think it is. I think you're right about that. Yeah, I don't know. I like VR, but like I have my PSVR headset. I have like the Best Buy protection plan on. I think I'm just gonna send it in and get a gift card and call it a day.
I play it every once in a while quite a bit. I think it's definitely worth it. I
really enjoyed like whenever I have it on, it's great. But at the same time, it's also like I gotta set it up. I haven't like when I moved into this house in February. I haven't set it up. And I was always meaning to set it up in the basement, and I just never did. And then at this point, I'm like, my protection plan ends early next year. I'm like, am I really going to play it in the next like 6 months? Probably not. I'll send it in. I'll get a big gift card. I'm going to buy a fucking TV for the basement.
Okay. I really wanted to see, and I'm hoping they do this because I have a feeling it's a timed exclusive because the game I'm most anticipated, I really want to see. My most anticipated, I suppose, although it's not announced and may never come, is the Arkham VR. I think that looks really good. And it's reviewed very, 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 very well. And I'm really disappointed that Meta, again, money had it that to only have it on their platform. It's on the MetaQuest 3 and 3S. And so that's one of the games that I think like it's going to work perfectly on. It's going to look better on PSVR. One of the games I got recently that's amazing on it is Hitman 3. It's so good. Oh my God. Because they've tried Hitman like 4 times on VR. They tried it once on Quest 2. They tried it on PC and they tried it on PSVR 1. That was the first one they tried. And it was bad pretty much every time. It was reviewed very badly across the board. And this is the first time it's been was reviewed very well. It's very ridiculous, though, when you're freaking choking someone from behind. It's unbelievable because you're in VR. So you're like, it's very, very strange when you're like, you're what is it?
Satisfied?
A growth? I don't know about satisfying. It's a little bit, there's something about it. But
this is good.
It's cool though. You can like hide in a closet and you're like peeking out of the closet. There's something really neat about it. But you have like almost like third person helps you in Hitman because you can kind of peek around corners supernaturally, like just like any game, I guess. But in this, you're really, really in first person, like the most you could be, and so you kind of peek around corners, but you're like kind of struggling because you're in first person. So the stealth becomes a lot harder. It's good though. I really like it a lot. It's really satisfying. They did a really good job with that port. Again, this depends on who's porting it, how they're porting it, how much time and effort they put into it. Because again, Hitman, they tried 3 other times before, and it literally was reviewed like abysmally 3 times in a row. Anyway, we're not a gaming podcast. We've been talking about this for 20 minutes. So I think we should move on unless you've got more to say, my friend.
No, that's the end, right? We're done.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
So move on to the end.
In disarray. Yeah, we're gonna close.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. All right, take care. See ya.
No, well, I'm gonna close anyway. Thank you for listening to episode 117, audience of Split Focus, a film and TV podcast. My name is Simon Eady, and it has been a pleasure to host you alongside my intelligent co-host, Adrian Pinter. Please join us on September 9th for episode 118. Good evening to you and good luck.
Take care.
Goodbye.